Yeah.
You know what you need to do?
What?
You need to just not have sex for like 6 months.
He ain't doing that shit.
Nah, I ain't even been any hoes to be honest though, bro. Like the bitches come through. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. I done knocked some shit down, but like lately, I just got down be cuddling with the hoes, bro. That's all I be doing. Like we just cuddle.
Is this the image you
Like
want Drake So Mo to be? The nigga that be cuddling with the hoes?
I always cuddle with the hoes.
Pillows on
Always.
pillows on Mo.
Pillows
Yeah.
So Mo.
Nah.
LeBron, though, I finna slam dunk. Get big on you fake pumps. That pump ain't no fake pump. Bitch fell for the pump fake. Got him talking like first take. Get it right on the first take. Hit the hole in the first take.
We gotta start with this song that Maine said you dissed me on.
Alright, that's cool.
The nigga Maine said, "Yeah, man, you just gonna let Truez diss you like that, bro?" I said, "For real."
Main funny, yo. I'm glad I got a chance to hang out with him a little bit.
You said what?
I'm glad I got a chance to hang out with him a little bit more when we was doing that interview.
Oh yeah, cause Maine don't never be nowhere.
Yeah, I had to see his style.
All right.
Here it goes.
Hate it or love it, I came from nothing. My name too big, I can't change for nothing. Niggas be hating, niggas be hurting. Hate it or love it, I still put that work in. Hate it or love it, suck it or rub it. I came from rubbish, check out the luggage. My style is rugged, right out the oven. Wanna pull my card, dog, the charge ain't nothing. If you don't like it, then fuck it. You don't fuck with my vision. Damn, it's choosy, baby, and I'm fresh about the incision. C-section, baby, latch kid. Choosy, baby, barely staying at the crib. I was going through some things, goddamn, can't imagine. I brought my mama back like magic, fantastic, so elastic. Ask if anybody spitting like Truez is. I'm the Noah of this new wave, hooray. I don't get a thank you or a bouquet. All I get is ice grills and G-Fame, fake friends. Winning Oscars, no fucking way. They compare me to.
Hold on. We gotta pause. You gotta break down those last couple bars.
Which one? Hold on.
The all I get is ice grills. That whole segment right there. Break that down for me real quick.
All I
Get
get
you on the mic too.
all I get is ice grills and cheap fame, fake friends. Winning Oscars, no fucking way. So I guess like the song obviously is "Hate It or Love It." I feel like in the city, I'm probably the most. I don't and God willing to guide me in a certain light, but like I feel like I feel like I'm the most hated and loved. You know what I mean? At the same time, like I got that that LeBron James factor going on where you got like a whole bunch of supporters, but then you got a whole bunch of other motherfuckers that's like, nah, fuck this nigga. You know what I mean?
When did you feel like that started happening though?
It's always been like that.
Oh, okay.
It's I think it's been like that because my style, obviously, even though I was raised in Augusta, my style is not Augusta. So I think when people hear me, they can hear that, maybe it is derives from somewhere totally different. And because of that, I get shunned a little bit. You know what I mean? There's been some incidents in the past where I got shunned from shows. And it was this Nappy Roots concert. Nappy Roots came to Sky City, the old Sky City, and they asked me to do the show. They asked me to open up for Nappy Roots. This one, I was like, probably like 20. You know what I mean? Like I was like, yo, shit, like yo, that's dope as fuck. And then they called me like a week and a half later and was like, yeah, we think your style is too East Coast. I was like, what? You know what I mean?
The Roots said that?
Nah, the people that was promoting and
Oh,
on the
okay.
show.
Okay.
And so they put a spoken word artist on there. But it's like my shit is, if you had to put a rapper in a spoken word category, you can put me there.
Yeah.
So I just thought that was like really weird. It's not like they put a super southern nigga in place of the quote unquote East Coast nigga. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like
They just hit a little audible.
bruh, straight up. And I remember, that's how I came up with the title "Damn a Lifetime" for my "Damn a Lifetime" CD in 2014. I came up with that in 2012 because I was like, damn, like it's just like, damn, like I can't get a break, like you know what I mean? Like niggas always kind of like in front of me in some kind of way, So I had to I had to find my way through that. That's why, everybody hears about me but never see me. You know what I mean? That's why it's like that, because it's like so much shit. Hold on,
because we got to get to this part. I think it's on this song. I'm sure it's on this song.
No, it's Fuck Humble.
It's Fuck Humble?
Fuck Humble.
Can we skip to it? My bad.
Yeah. No, you good.
Because I fuck with Hater to Love It, man. And shout out to Snoop, too, man. Me and Snoop had a good-ass conversation. Normally, Snoop be saying some shit, and I be like, whoa. But we had a good conversation last time I seen him, though.
I told Snoop, like, we was in the studio chilling, and I was just like, Snoop, one thing about people, if you do your numerology report, you will realize that not even just numerology report, but if you just know who you are, you will know that there's a perception that you give off, there's how you think, and there's how you feel and all of that shit. So what Snoop gives off is necessarily not how he thinks and feels, but that's the whole part of astrology and all of that shit. It's like you come off a certain way, but don't nobody know how you really feel when you going to bed at night or when you know what I mean, in those private moments. But I talked to him about that. But but everybody just got to see people in a different time and light. It can't be he say, she say. It can't be even sometimes on the video. Like, it just, you got to meet people.
And you know what's funny about you saying that? I tell people that when they always be like, oh, slim my asshole, slim my asshole. But like the people that really know me, they think I'm an asshole too. But they kind of understand it though. You know what I'm saying? Because they know my moms and they know how I grew up. And they like, okay, it makes sense. Because my mama, she cutthroat as hell. Like, she say what's on her mind. She mean what she say. And like, my mom the type woman, like you'll be going through some shit and you'll be like, man, I don't know, I'm just not feeling it today. And she'll be like, baby, don't nobody give a fuck about no black man crying. Like she just cut it to you raw like that. Like, nigga, can you provide or not?
Gotta meet
that's just how she is. So I grew up like that. So now that's how I am.
Case in point, you gotta meet the parents, the people that made us.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
I forgot Game 5 was tonight.
Oh no, yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, the finals boring as hell though, bro.
It's boring, man. It's boring as fuck. It's a pit stop. It's just a pit stop to what's.
It's to the point now I don't give a fuck who win.
I don't care either.
I wanted Chris Paul to win.
Yeah.
But now it's just like, bro, this shit's so boring. I don't give a fuck who win. Nah.
This shit ain't even serious too. So it's like either one is cool. But I really need Chris to get it because I'm a legacy man. Yeah. So it's like, legacy.
Oh yeah, we gonna talk about that.
Yeah.
Let's play this song first. We definitely gonna talk about that though. We got a lot to talk about. We just getting started too, y'all. I don't know if I cranked the intro up, but another episode of Sit Down with Slim. Yeah. As you already see, we've been on this motherfucker about 8 minutes now. We got Truez in the building, man. What's going on, Truez?
Not much, man. Chilling, man. Fuck Gumbo.
Let's play the song, bro. The song Maine said you dissed me in.
Shout out to man.
Niggas used to that shit. So fuck it. Yo, back on top, this 5-year break. Been putting numbers on the board since 2008. I couldn't fake this industry shit, so here I am, walking out the fire with a motherfucking 10. I don't fuck with some of y'all, not cause I don't like y'all.
What year you graduated high school?
09.
Okay.
09.
Vibe at all, we from a different cloth. I pull up a weirdo in some fresh ass clothes, writing rhymes at church, age 12. My god brother knows I'ma fall back in a second, dog, I promise. But the little homies love me. They was 10, I was in college. The legend grows.
That's like
Mac
niggas like Lucky Joe.
Yeah,
you think about that shit.
Mac and cheese to the southern folk. Ham on the beat. Thanks for giving me this heat. Bow your head, close your eyes.
Hold on, let me pause right there.
While they sleep.
You can't be rapping about shit you don't eat. You said going ham on the beat. You don't eat ham.
Yeah,
you can't be rapping about goddamn.
Oh, let me tell you about that bar.
What's up?
It's deep. So I said Mac and Slim know my style is like mac and cheese to the southern folk. Ham on the beat. Thanks for giving me this heat. Bow your head, close your eyes, and kill them while they sleep. That's Thanksgiving for the Pilgrims and the Indians. I just had to break that bar down because
But you don't eat that though.
No, I don't eat that shit. I'm like that on the beat though.
Yeah.
I get
there was some bars. I'm glad you broke that down too for the people that didn't hear it though.
Facts.
I'm glad
Why
you broke
they
that shit
sleeping
down.
on you, Truez? Shit. They think you old news. I guess it's hammer time with these Pro Tools. I show you real clout. Let you see real fame. At the top of my game, feel like Jordan in 98. You niggas is late, I knew you niggas in school. If you niggas knew me, knew my pen was a fool. No radio back and they all fat and all cap. The reason why the city
was that a diss though? I knew you niggas in school. Was that a diss? Hold up, cause we passed the part too. Was that a diss? I knew you niggas in school.
It's not a diss. It's just more like, I rub shoulders with a lot of people who I feel like, once again, like when we talk about, shunning me out or whatever. Mm-hmm. But I've been doing it for so long. Excuse me, by the way. But like I've been doing it for so long that like niggas know that I've been doing it that long, and they still act a certain type of way. So it's more like, I knew you niggas in school, and if you niggas knew me, then you knew my pen was a fool. You knew I was in the booth. You knew I was doing that. And then, we fast forward. I told you I graduated 2009. So we fast forward almost 11 years later, and it's like niggas still be acting a certain type of way. And it's like, I feel like we too old to be acting like that, you know what I mean? So it's just like,
I just said that before we start recording my conversation with Blue.
Yeah, facts,
I'm like,
man.
bro, it's certain things we ain't supposed to be doing at this age, bro.
And you will feel it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, last year, like I was like upset about a lot of stuff that probably ain't had nothing to do with me. That I probably could have let, go to the side or whatever. But but this year was the year that I was like, nope, I can't do it. I'm here. This is where I'm at spiritually, you know what I mean? Artistically, like, it's, they say in church, like, you get grown, you got to put away all childish things and stuff like that. So it's like, I think that's where I'm at in my life, you know what I mean? Now I'm just trying to tell niggas like, yo, I knew y'all niggas, like, we can come together in a whole nother light with the people that I really, 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 truly know. Like, man, like, it would be totally different, bro. Like, in the city, you know what I mean? But everybody kind of want their own shit, and everybody want their own shine. And I can't get mad at that because I got my shine early. Yeah. So, like, I can't get mad at a nigga wanting to shine now, even though, like, I've been doing it, longer. I can't get mad, but still, I mean, we all got common goals.
Let's get to the disc bars.
Yeah.
Knew me, knew my pen was a fool. No radio back and they all fat and all cap. The reason why the city ain't official on the map. Sparking podcast runs, creating my own media. Not a media, got you heating up. I'm weak as fuck. Fuck humble.
Fuck humble. All right, you gotta explain the bars, man. Maine said that was a diss. Maine said, Slim, that nigga was talking about you. He's saying he created this goddamn podcast shit.
So, all right. So, like I was saying, even that night that we did the joint or whatever, I was just like, man, nah. I said spark, not start. And I think those are two different words. You know what I mean? Of course, they're two different words, but they have complete two different meanings. So when I say spark, that means I didn't say, Slim, you should do podcasts and then put me on. You know what I mean? It was just more like, and Maine know, because a couple of years ago, like almost going on 3 years ago, like I went on Facebook and I used this hashtag, like, who's recording this history. I kept saying those hashtags. So I was like, Mac and Slim is one of the greatest groups of all time in Augusta. Hashtag who's recording this history. Then I say something about somebody else. Hashtag who's recording this history. And then Maine was one of the ones that had responded to me, you know what I mean? And then we end up sitting down when I did one of my short films with my man Ray. And we briefly talked about that, but I was kind of out of the game. I wasn't even thinking about rapping anymore at that particular time. But like, I was still advocating for other artists, just like, yo, we need the middlemen. The middlemen is way more important. I'm trying to build the industry. You know what I mean? And I know if you don't got the finances, one of my gifts is inspiration. So it's like I just gotta kind of use that, as my tool. So if I gotta get on Facebook and niggas start hating me for some shit that I say, but I know I'm going to bat for this nigga, that nigga, this nigga, that nigga, like all of that stuff, it's worth it at that point. You know what I mean? So like I went in on Facebook, yo, if you got a podcast, you need to do that shit. You need to run that shit into the ground. I don't know if we was even friends back then on the
I probably wasn't even podcasting or none of that back then.
So my thing is like,
I probably wasn't even living here.
Right. So when you surfaced, I was like, and you hit me, I ain't hit you up. You know what I mean? You had seen what I did, and you was like, yo, I respect what you did. And then I'm like, oh shit, that's dope, right? And because there's so many other people doing interviews and stuff like that. Like I did a 520 interview when I got back to the city from my house fire. And so, but I ain't, they ain't called me ever since. That was like 2016, 2017. There's no diss to them, but it's like, if it was more of them, I don't have to wait on them. You know what I mean? And so it was like, you called me, I was like, bet. And then I like the questions that you asked and all of that stuff. That's why I kept coming back, because I felt like you can bring something out of artists or whoever sitting on this chair, in a sense where it's like, oh, I like him. You can make a fan. Like, you can help us create fans.
Yeah.
And that's why the middleman was so important. Who cares if we drop in a video? Everybody drop videos. Who cares if we drop in a song? Nobody got time to listen to our songs if they consider us local. So it's like, nobody got that time. But if you on your shit and I'm on my shit, and then we meet like how we meeting right now, then the people watching on my end and your end, it's like, oh, this is real.
Yeah, that's dog, this is a real interesting topic, and I've always wanted to speak on it because I don't think I ever really clearly spoke on it before. But I started this whole podcasting thing basically because I just wanted to entertain. Yeah. It never was a thing where I was like, yeah, I'm gonna start a hip hop podcast for Augusta, but that's what came with it because I like music, especially like it's a lot of artists in the city that I really fuck with.
And you know them, yeah, you know them.
So, I didn't mind like going in that direction, even though sometimes I was hesitant, like, I feel like I'm just on this too heavy. I want to back up a little bit and go back to what I started, you know what I'm saying? But what really got me on it now, and now I'm on some shit like, bro, I think I'm a keep fucking with the artists in the city, is I didn't know how much all the artists in the city really respected it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I'm trying to. So that's what I saw when we were doing what we were doing. Like, that's what I mean. Like, a lot of people watch me. A lot of people see what I do. So I knew if I would do certain things differently, then I just, and we've had text conversations, you know what I mean? Where it's just like, hey, yo, Slim, let's do this. Because I know if we do this, this is going to happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like thinking long term, like if I gotta sacrifice myself and say opinions and split people's heads wide open, and niggas hate me and niggas love me, cool, because the next person that come up here to do they shit and all of that shit, it may work for them. And it's like, and hopefully I get like that pioneer's credit or whatever the case, whatever's in store for me. But it's like, I just know that I'm out for a bigger purpose. Like, I ain't trying me personally, it gotta be the absolute 100% right situation for me to enter back into the industry. It has to be the 100% right in impact. So what you see right now, this is not a nigga that's trying to make it like how other niggas is trying to make it, and that's the difference. That's why we bond the way we bond. That's why I can
explain that a little bit though. What you mean, like you're not trying to make it?
Like, I'm not trying to like, I've seen it. I've seen it, and I know what it is. And if people are really, and if you're an artist out there, yo, like, watch the interviews. Look up this shit like that's going on with these people. You know what I mean? And
yeah, because you're not trying to say you made it before, but you've been there and you've seen it. You've seen the finish line.
I seen
what comes with it.
I seen a nigga try to give me some Louis Vuitton slippers for what? Seriously.
What you mean give you some Louis Vuitton slippers?
I'm in the middle of Harlem, and like, what does that mean?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, what does niggas trying to get me to argue with the Israelites on 125th right underneath the Apollo? Like, what does that mean? You know what I mean? And then it's like, it was a situation where
the Israelites be going in though. I ain't gonna lie.
They do, but why did they want me to do it? You know what I mean?
You the chosen one.
Well, I could have been the chosen one just like Jesus was, and I would have got my ass murked in a city that I ain't from.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it wasn't.
And them niggas already be goddamn.
Come on, man.
On
they
the
go
edge.
crazy. They go crazy. And I'm an OT nigga. Like, you know what I mean? So it's not like, bruh.
Niggas be quick to call you Edomite.
Bruh. Bruh, like, I kid you not, man. Like, I was in the studio session. I was lacing a song for A-list artists from the 90s to now. And still got the record to this day. But the conversations that was had, talking about who shot Pac and all of this different type of stuff. And at that time, like Troy Ave had just got shot. He was supposed to be on the record that I was doing, and it was just like it was glorification of some shit.
Was you living in New York then?
Nah, man, I was up there.
That was the K Slay shit.
Yeah, as much as I could, but K Slay helped me in the sense of saying yes. I would say that. But K Slay, when I got up there, I remember one of the things that kind of got me upset, man. Like, he had a show at SOBs, and that's a big popular spot in New York for underground artists and shit. That's the shit that, like, when you look up Kendrick Lamar in 2012, you see a SOB performance, and then, you know what I mean? You look up J. Cole, you see a SOB, and it's like, why he ain't invite me to go to the SOB? But, like, they telling me to argue with the Israelites. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And they trying to weaponize my skills to diss other artists. Like, it's like shit like that. That shit could have got me, like, on some other shit. I would have probably been famous, but I would have probably been famous for the wrong reasons. And then who am I at that point? So it's like Quad said on that joint, like, he was like, yo, that's respect. That's a legend, a nigga that can get there and walk away on his own merit. Like, I walked away on my own merit, you know what I mean?
That was some real strong words Quad said too. So let's talk about that a little bit.
Yeah.
Is what Quad said, and I want you to repeat what Quad said. I might insert it on the podcast. I don't know. Niggas get lazy sometimes though. But
you got a lot on your plate.
Yeah. So is that why you named the project that though?
Mm-hmm. So
just in case I don't insert, though, tell the people what Quad said.
Right. So we was in the studio like 2 years ago. I think I was recording Flight 323, and I think I was coming in. He was going out. I think it was like that. And he was like, I ain't seen that nigga in a couple of years, maybe a year, maybe tops. And he was just like, Quad, you know what I mean? He start talking or whatever. But then, he one of those niggas. I compare him to my homie Tony, where it's like they'd just give it up to a nigga, like just like, yo, hey,
yeah.
You know what I mean? He'd give it up, and a lot of rappers, and I'm not just consider him just as a rapper. But a lot of people just don't give it up when it needs to be given up. And he was like, yo, you a legend, bro. You should change your name to Legendary Truez. And I was like, damn, that's deep. At that time, I never thought about it. I'm like, man, I still got this. I got this to do. But then I was like, damn, man, I respect this nigga's opinion. So then when he left, I recorded my song, and then I looked at the wall that JD got up in his joint.
Yeah.
Grabbed the marker, put Legendary Truez. And then when it was time to do this album, I'm like, man, I want to solidify myself to who I feel like I am. And even other people feel like that about me. So it's cool. Like, I think that's why I ain't get no backlash about calling it legend, because people know like what a legend is. It's not even in the sense of, it's not about money, fame, and all of that shit. It's about.
Quad had a great explanation why though. He was like, I ain't never seen a nigga get to the point that Truez got to, and basically say, you know what, fuck that.
Yeah,
I don't like the look of that. I don't want to go down that road.
Fuck that shit,
and he
bro.
said that's some real honorable shit.
That is,
and I agree, because I never thought of it that way.
But the crazy thing about that statement is I never even told that nigga like detailed. You know what I mean? He just he knows.
He could see it.
Yeah, because he know me when I was working at Buckle in the mall. You know what I mean? And we see each other on our lunch break. I'm going back and forth to New York then. You know what I mean? I'm going on my first tour then. Like, you know what I mean? I'm still got a job in Augusta, but it's all gravy. But it's like, he's seen me do the switch. And it's like, when you see me out, you see I ain't stressed. You see I ain't ran down and beat up. You know what I mean? It's like, nah, man. It's like, bro, I got to a place that I ain't even know. Like, I wanted to be somewhere, but it was like, you don't really know if it's gonna happen. And then it happened, and then I seen it, and I was like, nah, this ain't the game that I actually had in mind. You know what I mean? And so I'd rather play here.
Can you explain that for me a little bit though? Like, what was your expectations for the industry before you got right there in the industry?
So I knew it was a lot of rumors about how the industry is, right? But every rumor is true. That's the weird thing about the game.
You about to get a secrets up?
Bruh, I ain't even about to give a secret up. I'm about to give what people see. Like, one thing about these elites, whenever they want to push an agenda, they will tell you. You just gotta be paying attention to actually see it, right? So it's like we see the how can I word this? 'Cause I don't want nobody to be mad at me or whatever, but like the agenda to push a certain type of flavor, and I'm gonna say the flavor is a homosexuality flavor.
I know what you mean.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We see that agenda. We see niggas getting shot. We see no protection for these artists. We see all of that shit. And then you will meet a nigga and he like, that's what I want to be there.
I know what you mean. So basically, like, it's kind of how I always say about the rap game looking real WWE-ish. Because it's like, 1 second the baby is scorching hot and he got a song that's trending #1 on YouTube. Then next second he's in Miami getting questioned for a shooting.
There you go.
It seemed like some WWE shit. And it started giving you feelings like, is this a publicity stunt?
All right, so let me tell you, this is what I tell people all the time. I say, there's templates already laid out in the game, right? There's templates.
How Vince McMahon does WWE.
How Vince McMahon does, but how we view WWE. Now, let me break it out. We're going to keep this wrestling, we're going to keep the wrestling and rap analogy going real quick. So it's like, all right, how we view WWE and how Vince McMahon sets up the storylines, right? Mm-hmm. So once a storyline is set up, Vince McMahon don't got to do nothing. The fans are going to do something about the storyline. They're going to boo you. Because that's what the storyline was supposed to be, right?
That's the villain.
They're going to cheer me. Okay, boom. Now, fast forward a couple of years later. Now, I'm you in another storyline. But guess what people still doing? They booing you. It's already set in stone. So it's like when you get a Tupac and a 50 Cent and all of that shit, and then you get a Pop Smoke and you get an X. And that's why when Triple X got killed, they start comparing them to Pop. That's not a mistake. It's the simple fact that there's a template in there. When you are somewhere and you are saying certain things and all of that shit, you know the conspiracy theories. Oh, X got killed because he said this.
Yeah,
that's not true. The truth is, the template is just already in set. There's niggas already formulated. As we speak, Lil Durk just went through a home invasion shooting and his girl.
Yeah, and that was wild.
Bruh, but the template isn't set. That sound like Pop Smoke situation, right?
Correct.
The only difference is
he got up out of there.
That's the only difference. But it's the same template. And niggas that want to be in this game do not understand that there is already a template in place for what type of person you are.
So let me tell the people a little bit why this WWE compared to wrestling shit, like,
I'm a big
really
wrestling
makes,
fan, by the way.
It really makes sense. For those of you that didn't follow wrestling like me and Truez did when we was young, and I already knew you was a wrestling fan, like, from the day I met you. Mm-hmm. But The Undertaker, he never did an interview. He never did anything off camera. He always stayed in character. The Undertaker just retired. He just started doing interviews. He was on Joe Rogan. He was on a lot of places doing interviews. And he finally told people, like, how he became The Undertaker. Yeah. What people didn't know was he was a couple characters before that, and they was real whack. Mm-hmm. And then one day, Vince McMahon had already had this dark character that he wanted, and he called him and said, "Hello, is this The Undertaker?"
Yeah, yeah.
And Undertaker was like, "Yeah, this is me."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's how rap kind of feels. It's like a nigga just wakes up one day like, I want to use Tekashi 6ix9ine as an example. Tekashi 6ix9ine is nothing but a wrestler. Tekashi 6ix9ine is kind of like a wrestler because it's one of them weird situations where it's like this little rainbow-headed kid that everybody was like, oh, he's gay. He's wearing shirts that say AIDS on it. He's gay. And then now he transforms to this character, and now he's this gangster rapper. He's a blood from New York, and then it just gets world famous based off this persona. That's exactly how wrestling is.
Facts.
And that's how hip hop gets sometimes too. And I'm like, bro, I can't fuck with those characters. And that's how I was just telling my homeboy Big King, because he's a big fan of gangster rap. He loves that shit. Mm-hmm. So right now he's on that 1017 wave because Gucci signed to everybody. Mm. And I'm like, bro, I'm not into that type shit because it's like, I'm not saying niggas don't be like real street niggas and none of that shit. I just don't give a fuck.
You know what you gotta think about with these motherfuckers? and when I say fuck Gucci, I don't mean fuck Gucci, but I fuck Gucci in this sense. But you gotta think about these white men.
Yeah.
These white people, when they see a nigga and he's like a gangster rapper, bro, they already thinking. You know what I mean? They already thinking what they can do with this person, what they can do with this influence. If something happened to this nigga, they not worried because it's gonna bring them money. You look at Pop Smoke album and see how much of his shit was divvied up throughout the industry. Like all of that shit. Like everybody had a Pop Smoke feature on their album, and then you hear his album and everybody's on the album, but the album sound recycled. It's the fact that like the label got to get that money. They still gave him some money and they still got to get it back.
It sounded like the same album that they put out for Pac when he died.
Which one?
What was it called?
I'm not,
because I know it was a lot of them.
I'm not gonna agree. You a Pop fan, right?
Yeah.
You saying I'm not gonna agree if you say it's the 7 Day Theory because I know he was recording that.
No, not that one. It's the one well after that. We was in.
Talk about Loyal to the Game.
Nope, it was after that. It was the one where we was in like 6th grade, maybe.
Was it Until the End of Time?
Yep, there you go. Until the End of Time. There we go. Until the End of Time.
Yeah, and then you heard certain shit and you like, why would this person be on there? Or like, yeah.
Then it just sound like. It just sound cliche as hell. Right. Like some shit that a lot of, like, they put a lot of money for a whole bunch of producers to come into a studio and just use a whole bunch of dead vocals and just put it onto some beats and have some artists come in and just put they bappest verses they could think of onto a song. Right. And I hate albums like that. And I think that shit went platinum too.
No, it probably did. But then you got to think about his mom fighting for his masters all the way up until damn near she died.
Yeah.
So this thing, where did that money go? All of that hustle and bustle for a Pop post-mortem album, it wasn't even going to his fam.
But why was there so many of them though?
Cause that nigga was in that booth, bruh. I can't.
Yeah, but like, how can people see? I hate getting to the law side of hip hop, but like, how can this get approved so many times? Like, we just gonna keep approving pocket projects.
I think
because us as consumers, we always gonna want it, so you understand why I'm selling.
I think it's everything must go. And notice we ain't had one in a long time.
I hope we don't have another one.
Well, me neither. But at the same time, everything probably went. And then whoever got other shit,
they ain't got nothing else.
They probably got shit else, but people holding on to it. You know, you got people that like, if you recorded me and I passed away, and you got like 50 of my songs, but you're trying to hold out because you want to get money for it.
Yeah.
That could be the whole thing to stop, you know, another post-mortem album happening. You know what I mean? So it's like with Pac, it was like whoever had that music was like, cool, boom, 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 gave it back to the label. Label was like, all right, this is what we're going to do. We're going to do this. They did it, and they did it as much as they could and flipped everything that they could and boom, boom, boom. And then now we done with Pac. And he had enough music to really last us almost a fucking whole nother decade. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like through after he died. But that's work ethic. But like some people die so early now and they wasn't even in the booth like Pac was. So it's like we divvying up Pop Smoke's catalog that may not be nowhere near close as thick as Pac's. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I felt the same way when they were saying Pop Smoke was coming out with an After Death project too. Yeah. And I don't know, bro. I just be kind of on the fence about it. Same thing with Juice WRLD. It just I can't even put it in words. Like DMX also can't even put it in words. Like
DMX. I'm gonna tell you why DMX is different for me.
Why?
Because he was recording it before he died. Okay. And when he was on Drink Champs, he was like, "Yeah, the album pretty much done." Okay. When he said that, it made me think differently about I did hear the album once, but if I go back and listen to it, I'm not going to have the same feelings as Pop Smoke. Where it's like that nigga been dead for about almost a year. You know what I mean? We just now getting the post-mortem album. And so it's like, ain't no telling like how much chops, like, you know what I mean, that was done in that year. With DMX, it was like, said he was done, and fucking the next month he was dead. And then the next month it came out. And so I can trust that. It's just like the 7 Day Theory with Don Killuminati Tupac album. Yeah. He was recording that right before he died. And as soon as he died, Hail Mary comes out the next year. And then now everybody's like, oh, is Pac still alive and is Pac dead? You know what I mean? It's because he was already there. You know what I mean? You didn't have to put that record together at all.
It's kind of like if you reference it towards like sports, it's kind of like a star athlete passing away in their 4th or 5th season. That's kind of where Pac was with it.
Yes, in the 4th or 5th season, he already won a ring.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
and he had just won a ring,
Just
too.
won a ring, yeah. So it's
maybe two rings.
I say 3. You know why I say 3? I got the movies, albums, and just stardom.
Okay.
That's like 3 rings to me. Like, it's like Tupac, and then it's like Tupac and Poetic Justice, and then it's like Tupac fucking All Eyes on Me.
Can I give you a hot take real quick?
Yeah.
Poetic Justice was a trash ass movie.
It wasn't the best movie. I'm not a huge fan of Janet Jackson's acting. I would say that.
And it ain't even because of Janet Jackson. It's because of the storyline was ass.
You know, I'm gonna tell you.
It was horrible.
I'm gonna tell you what make that storyline better.
What?
If the roles was reversed, and
explain.
If Janet Jackson was worked at the post office, and Tupac worked at somewhere dormant, that will make the joint even different. Because for women, you don't see women in that light, right? You know what I mean? It would have added different elements. Whereas you see Pac like trying to holler at the girl.
But I'm gonna be honest though, like nothing about the storyline makes sense.
No, there is no storyline. There's
Exactly.
only this girl whose boyfriend got his brains blown
Which has
out.
nothing to do with the movie.
At all. It had everything to do with 2 rappers being in the movie before.
It was Mos Def, right?
Nah, it was Q-Tip.
Yeah, Q-Tip.
And so
Breathe
like,
and stop.
Yes. So it's like, so you know that happens. But what if it's like in reverse? You know what I mean? What if Pac's girl gets killed? You know what I mean? Like that's
so
a
Pac
whole
girl gets killed. He goes and his head's already shaved.
Yeah.
Oh no, she got braids, right?
She
She,
got
didn't shave her
braids.
head. She got braids. So Pac grows dreads.
Pac does something.
Yeah, he grows the dreads.
You know
And then he sits in the house and
Right. But
writes his poets.
There you go. But
his poems, I mean.
you know he does poetry in general.
Yeah.
That would have made more sense
It would have made more sense.
if he was the poet.
Now, when he met her and they got in the mail truck, that's when shit gets stupid.
That's when it was retarded. But it reminded me of Will Ferrell. Last 20 minutes of every Will Ferrell movie. Every Will Ferrell movie at the last 20 minutes gets real trashy at the end.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's... I love these movies, by the way, but I don't care if it's Talladega Nights, Anchorman, Step Brothers. The last 20 minutes of these movies
Just
is
trash.
the worst ever. And it's like... Because the writers is like, oh, we gonna do this. And then we gonna... It's like they just rush it off. And it's like, when you think about Friday was shot, I believe, in a few weeks.
Yeah, for sure.
Like a few weeks or a month or something. No, it definitely wasn't a month. It
How
was
much
like
did Chris Tucker say he got paid for that movie?
a couple of thousand.
Yeah, he said it was like 19,000 or
Yeah,
something.
it wasn't a lot. So, but they shot that shit so quick, right? But it's like...
Yeah, he said they shot the whole thing on that little script.
Yeah.
And then they shot a couple scenes in the studio.
And they only had one
That
time
was
to
it.
do some certain takes.
Yep.
With that said, what do you think Poetic Justice had? You know what I mean? Like, the writers are just writing something that can be shot literally in probably 3 or 4 weeks. Literally. You don't got to do no double takes on none of them damn scenes at all. No double takes. Not in the car, not in the mail truck, not even in that movie theater, not in a hair salon. You don't got to do no double takes.
Bro, so let me tell you why Poetic Justice is really so bad, though.
Okay.
So at the end, I hope I'm not spoiling it for anybody out there who hasn't seen it, because
man.
a lot of women haven't seen black movies.
Oh,
Next time you're with a young lady that you just met,
I already know.
ask her, has she seen Love Jones?
I do it all the time. I do my black trivia all the time.
Okay,
I don't care what race you are. I'm doing a black trivia. Like, you gotta get a black trivia.
All right, so the end of Poetic Justice, Tupac is a rapper. Whoa, Tupac's a rapper. How cliche. But he's a rapper,
My bad.
and he finds out that his cousin passes away, and he's angry and he's mad, and he kind of just brushes Shawty off, and they pretty much never see each other again. Horrible storyline. Because first off, like, why do we care about your cousin passing away that we never met before? That's what makes the whole story so bad.
Who did that movie?
Was
it Singleton?
Yeah, John Singleton.
I'm gonna tell you what a nigga like
Or
that.
was it the Hughes brothers? Nah, it wasn't the Hughes brothers because Pop beat them niggas up.
Yeah. Whoever it was, they was black, right? Mm-hmm. They used Pop for his already famous nature.
Yeah, his whole persona.
Yeah, his whole persona.
His WWE character.
His WWE character was there, right? And Juice, it was created. Mm-hmm. And Above the Rim, it was cultivated. Uh-huh. And then you get Poetic Justice. I'm not sure if that's the right timeline, but by the time you get Poetic Justice, it's like they just riding off his energy.
Yeah.
So if somebody get killed.
Bro, you know something else we missed from the movie?
What's up?
He had a daughter in the movie.
He did.
And his daughter had a brother. And them two niggas, the Pac and the other baby daddy, was cool. And they beat up a nigga in the room that was smoking crack with the baby mama.
That's fact.
That shit was weird.
That
had nothing to do with the movie neither.
That's some shit that you can tell is a real situation.
Yeah, and somebody want to throw it in there.
They just had to throw it in there, dog.
Had to, bro.
90s movies are like that, though. 90s movies always look like somebody had an idea.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you could tell when shit cohesive and just moving along. But that kind of shit, yeah, bro. They had an idea. For sure.
I wonder what would have happened if, hold on, we both agree also that the Tupac movie was trash, right? Do we agree?
What kind of trash? There's recycled trash and then there's regular trash.
Okay, scale of 1 to 10, I get a Tupac movie 4.5.
For us fans of pop?
Yeah.
Okay, I do the same. So I would give it an 8 for people who had no idea.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like,
I'll accept that.
Yeah, because I did my research. I'm pretty sure you was on YouTube at some point in your life and just looking at these little shits about them. And it's like, but for the people, and we know how much people that's younger than us don't fucking pay attention to shit.
Yeah.
That movie was perfect.
Attention spans of ants.
Yeah, of ants, bruh. So for an ant, that was the greatest movie of all time.
Bro, they had an iPhone in the movie.
Yeah, man.
And Ciroc.
Nah, I mean, Game of Thrones had the Starbucks coffee cup underneath the last meeting.
But those are like Easter eggs to me, though.
Exactly.
That's how it feels to me. Like Game of Thrones, Starbucks cups feels like Easter eggs.
That's money. What you saw was money.
But the Pac shit, even though Game of Thrones came out and said that shit was not an Easter egg, that shit was a complete accident.
Nah,
and one of the interns left the cup on the set.
I'm so sorry. I can't believe it.
You don't?
I can't believe it from the actor who put the shit down there, and I can't believe it from the motherfuckers that's all on the set who's supposed to be looking at the set, and I can't believe it from the motherfuckers who edited it. They did that shit on purpose. You watch Game of Thrones, right? You.
Oh yeah, I'm an advocate.
All right, so understand that when Robert Baratheon rode into Winterfell in the first season, and how he said it was like a 4-month trip. But then understand in the last season when Jaime Lannister left Winterfell, that nigga made it back to like King's Landing in like fucking 2 days. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I never thought about that, but yeah,
they did this shit where they was like, it's like they was writing like, all right, end it, because they gonna try to do some spinoffs. So I think they put more of their stock in the spinoffs, and they just had to like kill it. But there's something beautiful to self-destruction, and so that was a self-destruction, because everybody was like, nah, that season was trash. They self-destructed, so now if they go down here, it ain't nowhere to go but up at that point. You know what I mean?
History shows those spinoffs are really miss and miss.
They miss and miss, like like we seeing it right now with Power. You know what I mean? We seeing it right now.
I don't know. This is a quiet segment right here. But,
I got something for quiet right now.
What's up?
I told my boy Jay this. Like last year.
Mm-hmm.
I said Kanan is 50 Cent before fame. That's boo boo. If anybody's a fan of 50 Cent, I read his first book when he first dropped his first book. I read that shit when I just seen the trailer to the damn Raising Kanan. His mom comes in the room and says, "What happened? You got jumped." All of this shit. This is all in his book. Mom put the rocks in the sock. and said, "Go back out there and beat them niggas' ass." That's in the book.
Yeah.
And I told everybody.
Mic a little bit.
I told everybody. I said, Kanan is 50 before fame, and Ghost is 50 after fame. That's what it is.
I hope not.
No, that's exactly what it is.
I hope Ghost isn't 50 after fame.
Ghost is 50. I'm trying to tell you. I put money on it. It's the fierce nigga. It's the strong nigga. But like, no, I want to be a businessman.
Oh,
you see what I'm saying?
Okay.
And then Kanan is the nigga like
Quag
50.
gonna love this segment.
I know. I know. That's why I said I had something for him. I wanted to tell him that other night, but it's like, all right. So like when you look at Kanan, that's 50 Cent and G Unit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the nigga that's like, fuck you, nigga. Like, he don't talk like that.
I mean,
no
you know, you probably spot on with that because like it had to be inspired from somewhere.
Oh, and what's my man? Tommy is Eminem. Tommy is Eminem. Tommy is the idea for you. Got to think.
Eminem ain't that cool.
Think about 50 Cent's success and fame, and think about who he credits. That's Eminem.
I ain't gonna lie, Truez. You probably got the best power review of all time. This the best power review ever because it's like I never thought about Eminem being Tommy because Eminem's not cool like Tommy.
Bro, I'm a 50 Cent fan and I'm thinking about it like as if I was in the mind of 50 and I had to write some shit, but 50 don't write fabricated shit. He always stays in the lines of what he knows. And it's like, of course, Kanan would be a backstabbing, whatever, and that's what people feel like about 50. But 50 really just a ruthless ass nigga. When it came to his son, he killed his own son. And when it come to his oldest son, that nigga be like, yo, if that nigga want to do this, fuck that. You know what I mean? Like, he just really he's living his life through music, through shows now instead of music. That's all we seeing. And when you see Tommy and you see the hothead white boy, but the cool white boy that can go in there with the black people, all of that shit, you looking at Eminem.
You know what I like about 50 in his career?
What's up?
He didn't know when to step away, but when it all mattered, he knew when to step away.
You know, I watched the interview, and I'm gonna tell you what he said in the interview why he stepped away. When him and Kanye West, he said one of his biggest mistakes was when him and Kanye West
did that head-to-head shit.
And when he explained that, I said, "Damn!" Because the whole industry shifted. That's where we got. That was the end of gangster rap, not trap rap, but that was the end of gangster rap. It moved into fashion.
Amazing promo though.
Amazing promo. I just wish 50 would have came harder with the album.
Yeah.
If he would have came, and granted, now the album, if I reflect on it, it's probably dope as fuck. But like my brother got shot.
Which album was that?
Curtis.
Okay.
My brother got shot that same time. It's Curtis and Graduation. So my brother got shot at that same time, and I'm a huge 50 Cent fan. I'm a Kanye West fan, but I'm a bigger 50 Cent fan. But when they both dropped, because of what my brother went through, I leaned towards Kanye when I heard the glory and all of this shit and good morning and my big brother, Biggs, bro. Like it connected to me more than when a nigga was like, how 50 be on the gun talk and I kill you and I couldn't hear it the same way that I heard the other albums because of what just happened to my brother.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like, all right, I'm on this now. And it fits me more as a person. 50 fit me more as like an idea of what I loved about rap or why I wanted to rap. But Kanye fit how I thought. You know what I mean? Like, I thought that I would be the greatest. And I thought that I can change the game. And I thought all of this shit, you know what I mean? And 50 is more of like my big brother, like in a sense where it's like he a little bit harder, a little bit more control, a little bit more like, nah, fuck that shit. You know what I mean? Like, I was, we raised by TV and music and shit like that. So it's
I can tell you 50's last run with music, though.
What?
Before I self-destruct.
Definitely before Self-Destruct,
and that wasn't a bad album. I just want to put that out there. That wasn't a bad album, but it did horrible.
But you know what he went up against?
What?
Blueprint 3.
Oh,
when you seen the emergence of J. Cole, Kid Cudi, Drake, Jeezy on the record, like Kanye on the Haters joint. It's hard. It was real tough. 50 50 couldn't catch a break after he was on top. After that Kanye West shit, he just pretty much never caught a break. So he was like, all right, fuck this shit. I'm going to movies.
But definitely the best back-to-back albums of all times.
Who?
50.
Get Rich and Massacre?
Mm-hmm. Best of all times. Especially numbers-wise. Both of those albums are diamond.
Definitely numbers-wise. Like, I'm gonna agree. The only reason why Tupac is in my head right now is because, I'm thinking about Me Against the World and All Eyes on Me. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But, like, outside of that, yeah, man, you're right.
I would put X on there, too.
That might be even more than 50.
Yeah.
Because 50 was feared and X was, like, loved. And he could have easily been feared. And I think,
bruh, I got a take that you probably not gonna fuck with at all.
What's that?
The Baby's run reminds me of DMX's run. And the reason why I say that is because I don't know what X had going on. Because X didn't have to drop 2 albums in a year. He didn't have to at all, especially how the times was back then. That album was still selling, and he dropped another album. But he went ahead and stepped on the gas. So somebody in his camp was like, "Hey, bro, while you hot, keep going."
I think they said
the Baby knows he doesn't have that much time left, and he is putting everything in right now. Like he is stacking the deck, my nigga. And it reminds me of X. Same shit X did.
But I'm gonna say one thing about Baby, he ain't got no album.
Nah, he don't.
That's the sad thing about these artists today.
But see, look, and you the perfect person to ask this to, and I've been asking niggas this probably the last month, and I'm talking about literally everybody.
About albums?
Nah, about the question I'm about to ask you now. I'm a podcast. I'm trying to set it up for a clip so I can make a clip online.
You've been doing that lately.
I know. But so here's the thing that artists have going on nowadays. Artists are opting in to have singles with videos instead of whole mixtapes and whole projects. I was just talking to Benny Hunter about it in studio the other day because he's dropping a single soon with the video. So the question is, do you think it's more beneficial for an artist to drop a single with the music video than to drop a whole body of work?
All depends on the artist.
Okay.
And I think the artist, I'm an album artist. Mm-hmm. People not waiting for a song from Truez. You know what I mean? Like you will never sit and
you told me that before.
Right. You will never wait and sit and say,
which song was it? I forgot which song you dropped, and you was like,
Wax.
There you go, Wax.
Yeah.
There you
and
go.
Wax was hard. You know what I mean? But it was like, I know people aren't trying to listen to just a song from Truez. But when I dropped the album, the numbers went through the roof. Way past a single. Mm-hmm. How? It's because they take me as an album artist. They take me as a complete, like a package. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And some people, when they come into the game, if you come into in a single way, you might have to stay it. I never came in a single way. How everybody knew me when I was traveling to New York, I always had an album out. I always had a CDs on me. I've always been that guy. When you seen my videos, I had an album out. Like, you know what I mean? Like it wasn't like I was just releasing videos to release it. I did it one time in my life with Weirdos and Fresh Clothes and Pull Up. And when I did those two, people loved it and all of that shit. But it's so short-lived for me. Mm-hmm. When I dropped Legend, people like, yo, Truez, yo, I fuck with this shit. When I drop Wax, they like, yo, that shit hard. But I want people to be like, when I drop the album, bro, my favorite joint is that Love Me Too, or that joint, that the outro. You know what I mean? Like shit like that, they know they can get that from me. And I'm one of the few left that you can get the album from. You know what I mean? Like you can expect a great album. You can expect maybe a single to be because you don't have that album, because I'm more of an album person. You can't get me in the song. You
got me thinking, because I had this conversation with C. Wills from Native Sounds. I was gonna call him Chuck because we like brothers. So
yeah,
I be trying not to call niggas by the names I call them by. But he was saying moving forward, that's probably what they're gonna do in the future, which is just drop singles with videos. And I told him, like, bro, I don't think y'all the type artists to do that. You know what I'm saying? But I don't give him advice. I just listen and try to take from it what I can. But what you feel about that? Do you feel like a group like Native Sounds will be somebody you would expect a single out of and not a whole project?
I think the singles probably would go. Mm-hmm. And what I mean, like, go, I think they would be more successful. But I would say they have the talent to not be that. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? So it's like whatever they choose to, which route to go, I think they can be successful in these routes. But like when you are putting together an album, you gotta put together something that people can hold on to for a long time. Mm-hmm. Like the reason why I'm still here today in 2021 is because I put together projects, right? I stayed alive through, feelings and moments and projects and never singles. You know what I mean? People got caught onto my music videos and shit like that. But they knew I was pushing this Art 91 CD and I had the CDs and the white boys was taking pictures with 8 CDs saying they gonna pass them out to their homeboy. Like that was me. You know what I mean? So it's like, but for other people, I feel like them especially, like, I think they can make a great album. I feel like, one thing I like to do with artists, I like to work with artists with their albums. You know what I mean? Because I'm an album person. Like, I got an album mind. And it's like, I be wanting to get it in. Like, I told Tay-Pot one time, I was like, bruh, when you get ready to do that joint, call me. Like, I want to just be in there to make sure that you do all the things that I feel like even that you can do that you won't do. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, and I feel like that's what an album is about. A single, you can drop a single for the chicks, you know what I mean? The chicks get on it. But when the album comes, those same chicks may not listen to the album. And then that's when you will still feel the same way you felt if you dropped the album without the single.
Do you think music watered down nowadays?
Hell yeah.
Everybody trying to be Lil Baby, right?
Everybody
or am I tripping?
Everybody trying to be Lil, Young, whatever.
Those YBNs and YFNs and all that shit is corny, my nigga.
But those are single
young nigga worlds
but those are single niggas. Those are the single niggas. You know what I mean? When J. Cole dropped Off Season, that shit hit different.
Truez, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm not that bitter old nigga, even though I feel like it sometimes.
Yeah.
But some of these young niggas really can rap. Like,
no,
I know. Like, I don't know how this is gonna age. What I'm about to say, but that little nigga Melly could rap, nigga.
All right, so
that nigga can really rap.
So look, I'm gonna take it back to the city, and who kind of got that kind of vibe with me?
Who?
2K. 2K can rap, but he don't.
I got a strong critique about 2K.
What's that? Or do you feel like saying it?
I will.
Okay.
Cause that nigga 2K, no, I fuck with him, bro. Mm-hmm. But I think he gets too hard on that emo rap shit. Like, if he would just shy away from that shit a little bit, like, kind of like, I'm gonna just say this. That shit he did at Culture Fest, I don't know if you was there.
Which Culture Fest?
Last Culture Fest, last year.
I wasn't there.
Okay, the shit he did at last year Culture Fest, that good? Shit was awkward.
Did he do? Oh,
it was super awkward. I'm just gonna say it here.
Did he do a cappella?
Nah, bro. Like, the crowd kind of wasn't engaging, so he jumped off the stage and walked around the whole auditorium. Yeah. And I don't know if you've been over there to Ray's Gym, but it's big as a motherfucker. Yeah. He walked around the whole thing just yelling and screaming, like basically barking at people. We don't need that from 2K. We need 2K the artist.
But see, one thing about 2K came up in a different era, right? And I feel like he's one of those young boys that's like that got the image and everything that can go. Like, he can go, you know what I mean? And when you know you can go, you act different. You know what I mean? But when I see 2K, we got a certain love for one another, you know what I mean? And he we just give it up to one another, like, yo, hey, yo, you gotta do this, yo, hey, keep doing that. Hey, man.
Oh, but I got off subject too. I see the comparison. No, you good. I see the comparison you got with him and Melly though, because I have to give him his props. When 2K get in his bag, he gets in his fucking bag.
He get in the bag, right?
Yeah.
But so this is what people are missing, and this is where I feel like I want to come in for a lot of artists. I know the bag, right? And I would hold the bag for somebody to get it in, to get in there. You know what I mean? Like Quada tell you, when I came back from the city for my house fire, I grabbed the camera and I started shooting vlogs for this nigga. I'm Truez, and I'm shooting vlogs for this nigga. It ain't because I want
Quad?
For Quad. And all his homies. This is the Mudway shit. And it ain't because I want to shoot vlogs necessarily. It's because I believe in this nigga, and who else gonna do it? You know what I mean? Like, that's how I feel about other artists. You know what I mean? Where it's like, who do 2K got in his ear? That's like, all my homies know. Cool Strat, my producer, my dude Dez, everybody know how I get down. Journey know how I get down. They all know how I get down. They come to the studio, I'm like, yo, this is it. They can tell me anything. They can tell me all, like, I don't know. They telling me that because they know I got them. They know I'm going to give them a beat. They know I'm going to be right there for the whole session. They know I'm locked in. Who else is locked in with artists that knows what an artist wants, that's not trying to take their money?
Bro, who you think the most underrated artist is in the city right now?
Besides me? No,
I'm just joking. Nah, seriously, you think you the most underrated for real? Because I would have to totally disagree.
Underrated.
Yeah. Seriously, nah. Because you know people respect you for what you do, bro. Niggas, like somebody who you think people don't respect like they should.
They don't. All right, so it's hard because I feel like a lot of niggas get a lot of respect that they don't probably know that they get, right? Mm-hmm. So it's like I can go down a list from even the Bens of the world, the Gas guys of the world.
Which Ben?
Hunter.
Benny Hunter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gas guy, you go to Two Guard, you can go to Slime KD. I feel like they all get their respect.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. I think it's just really about how to make it real for people. That's really what it comes down to. How did I make it real for you when Legend Drop? Enough for Maine to say what he said.
You talking about with the video?
Or with that line?
Yeah, with the line. Okay.
How real did I make that for you?
Well, since you won't say a name, I'll say a name for you.
Okay.
I think this is my number one. And I said this the other day when I was talking to Tay-Pop and Snoop. That nigga Hen is the big crit of Augusta.
Is the big crit? Yeah, no, I could agree.
Hen is the big crit of Augusta.
But Hen.
But I know why his music isn't gravitating towards the people.
We talked about Hen.
Hen is so awkward.
Well, Hen is like
he's awkward, bro. He's awkward.
Hen.
I really fuck with Hen though, but I can see how people are like, I'm not noticing him. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
I could see it.
Okay, this is for Hen. And you could chop this shit up, or I chop this shit up, send this shit to this nigga. I think I said this before, but like, your name is everything. It carries vibrations. If you hardly ever notice, you hardly ever notice. If Truez is the realest you ever slept on, and the Z is for the sleep symbol, that's how I feel. We are going to be like a victim of who we are because our names carry vibrations. You know what I mean?
This nigga Truez will get deep on your ass, bro. Pause.
I'm trying to tell you, man. Like when I look at this game, when I look at these artists, when I see this shit, I see it totally. I just can't tell them all this shit when I see them.
So basically, you saying like how we were just talking about Pac, how Pac kept manifesting his death.
Yeah,
that's kind of what Hen doing with his name.
You can manifest who you are by how you market yourself. And if you hardly ever notice, you're going to feel like that. You're going to rap like that. You're going to be like that. You're going to act like that. If I'm the realest you ever slept on, I'm going to rap like that. You niggas is late. Niggas is like, that's all the realest you ever slept on type mentality. And that's why when you see me on Facebook, Truez is dead. Truez is dead. Like, yo, the old Truez Truez can't survive in this new era. I'm saying that because it's like, I can't have the same vibrations with my name anymore. You know what I mean? My name got to mean something completely different. And it's like, even with Tay-Pop, like, you know, Tay-Pop having Pac in his name. And the stuff that man go through, man, you know, I feel for my guy. Like, my guy go through a lot, but we all go through a lot. But my guy go through a lot. But it's like, your name gonna always carry vibrations. You know what I mean? Like, that's why when Diddy got on that camera and was like, I'm changing my name to Brother Love. You remember when he did that?
Yeah, that shit corny though.
But
Corny as hell.
But you know why he did that? Because he was getting a lot of hate. And so this nigga was like, I'm changing my name to Brother Love. And we looked at this nigga like, what the fuck this nigga Diddy on? But in reality, in his life, it's like, he might get text messages like, yo, that Drake shit, yo, what happened with you and Drake? And da-da-da, what happened to you and Cole? Yo, you wildin', like, you know what I mean? Or like, yo,
I ain't gonna lie, Diddy makes me, like, he reminds me of a nigga, and everybody knows what nigga this is I'm about to describe. The nigga that gets drunk and just be doing stupid shit. I've been that nigga before. You know what I'm saying? But he seems like he gets drunk and does stupid shit a lot.
I'm not gonna speak on Diddy. I just have to say that. I got a lot to say about a lot of shit, and it's just certain things I know I shouldn't say. Like, you know, a lot of people, you know, that I've talked to and you know, that's close to me say that I shouldn't say a lot of things. You know what I mean? So I'm just not gonna say anything else.
Let me bring the mic closer, my bad.
I'm not gonna say anything else about that. All I'm gonna say is that Brother Love shit was because he was feeling the heat, and like niggas like us, Hen, all of that. Even though Hen is a part of his real name, but that moniker that you made it, and that you think, and that you hashtag, like, it's real, and that's how people will receive it. Even if you don't got shit to your name, if your name is just Young B, it may not have no ring. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean?
It
like
may
that,
just be a name.
It may just be a name, but if your name is like like Master of the City Wilson, you know Micah?
Yeah.
Micah, Master of the City Wilson. Micah could go anywhere. It's a testament to who he feel like he is as a person, and it's a testament to his name and the vibrations. That's my cousin. Hen is my cousin. They both cousins. It's like, the thing is like, when I see Micah, I don't call him Master of the City Wilson or Mr. Wilson. But when he changed his name to Mr. Wilson, you gotta respect the nigga now. Yeah, automatically, sure. Right? Like, so it's just all it's a vibrational shift, bro. And that's why we always gotta be like conscious of like the kind of shit that we be putting out there. You know what I mean?
Can I tell you a joke? And this is just a joke, bro. Do not get offended by this. This is just a joke. Me and my homeboy used to laugh and joke about Hen. We used to be like, man, Hen can't be a rapper, man. Niggas be like, why? I used to be like, man, this nigga Hen on Twitter talking about he don't get no pussy, man. We ain't listen to no nigga that don't get no pussy.
Hen say that?
Bro, Hen used to get on Twitter, bro, and be talking like he don't get no ass. But I know that isn't true, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't know why he was doing it. But that was just a joke here. Niggas was just joking, bro.
Yo, Hen is one of the subtle, funniest niggas. Him and Micah is the same. They got the same personality set up. Yeah. And they some of the subtlest, funniest niggas that I probably ever meet. Subtle as fuck. Hen could be in his phone just saying shit, and I'm just laughing. Cause he just being who, you know, he just whatever, like, you know what I mean. But like, these niggas is funny. I could totally see that, you know what I mean. Like,
But Hen is definitely the big crit of Augusta, because if niggas knew how talented Hen was, they would have been got behind that. Got behind his music, bro.
That's facts. But if I would say this, and Hen know this personally, cause I used to see him all the time when I go in the playground. I'd be like, yo, where the fucking music at? Yo, where you at? Yeah. I'm going to tell you what them niggas should have did. It was Main Event, Hen, Down South, Shan, Young Shan. Mm-hmm. They should have just they should have stayed like this. They was like this, but then they was like doing like separate shit. But I felt like what I was doing my shit with my people, but even I was doing some solo shit too. But when I see them, I'm like, yo, y'all got the look. You got Down South, got the dreads. Hen got the dreads. Maine, the short one, that, like, you know what I mean? Like, they all got their own. And then Shan had the dreads, and he was the fresh one, all had the latest gear. That shit should have been mobilized, and they should have been just moving like a unit. I used to tell that nigga Hen that every time I seen him downtown. Every time. So that's not a secret. It's just more like I saw what I felt like that like Hen would be in a different regard. I feel like if niggas would have saw him amongst his people, and then later on, years later, like now, him doing what he doing, and it's like I fuck with this nigga. You know what I mean?
I got somebody else who I also think is the number
just
2
an opinion.
underrated.
Yeah, who?
The number 2 underrated in the city is Koala. And I know exactly why Koala's underrated.
Why?
Because people don't like his attitude. And you know how I noticed it? This nigga Koala came and did an interview with me and Maine. And I ain't gonna lie, the whole time me and Maine...
Was it that Snoop shit?
Yeah, the Snoop shit. And I forgot about the Snoop shit too. But the whole time we're doing the interview, I'm just looking at Maine. I'm like, bro, this is probably one of our best interviews. The only interview that me and Maine did, I ain't gonna lie, me and Maine did a lot of good interviews together, just me and him. It was that one. I want to say the top 3. That Koala one probably was number 3. Number 2 probably was Money Man Shane.
I like Shane.
And number 1 probably was Homie from Thompson, NBA Takeoff. Those was the top 3 interviews I think me and Maine did. Damn, I did a top 3 that quick. But the feedback we was getting from the one with Koala was weird to me. Because I'm like, I like the energy. I like the cockiness. But some people was like, I ain't gonna lie, that interview was really good, but the music wasn't matching. And I was like, nigga, the music is good too.
Look, that's y'all fault.
Why you say that?
I would say that's y'all fault because I fuck with Koala. Like every time, like once again, man, this mall community is crazy. Koala working down there at Finish Line, Koala at Foot Locker. I'm over there at Buckle Hollister Tivana. You know what I mean? And we see each other. We all know each other, you know, or whatever. And it's like I've talked to Koala so many times. He's probably one of the coolest dudes that I've ever met. And if I met him earlier, we'd probably be like tighter friends. You know what I mean? But like even I feel like, cause I know Everything We Dream About show in Atlanta was AE's first show doing her original music. Gas Got Mayo and Koala, right? So it's like already that's like 14, 15. So already we gotta have a certain kind of energy and a connection for that even happen. When I talk to Koala, he's the coolest nigga that I've ever met. Now, with that said, what y'all niggas is doing is brand new. You know what I mean? It's new. Niggas gotta find themselves in it. You know what I mean? Like, in a lot of things that, like, if y'all ask somebody something, you know, and the nigga busy during the week. You know, the nigga working and I don't know if he got kids, but let's just say he got kids, he tended to his kids, and then he show up at the interview and then hear what y'all got to say. I think the attitude changes. You know what I mean? Whereas I feel like y'all go to him in his environment and watch what happened. You know what I mean? Like, you talk to him personally off camera and watch what happened. Like, I'm glad everybody loved the interview. And if they don't think the music matched up to the interview, then rightfully so. But if you met him, the music matches up to that personal meet. So when I hear his music, I'm like, that's him. When I hear Gas Got Mayo, that's him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, but it's like they might be different with y'all because y'all bring a different flavor. And when y'all put a different flavor in a recipe, the fucking outcome is different. You know what I mean? Like, it's got, like, I'm different when I'm up here. You know what I mean? Opposed to, you know, how somebody would probably, I try to be as the same as possible.
Yeah, transparent.
Yeah, very transparent. But like, if you met me out, like, I'll probably get a little bit more detailed and be like, yo, like, you know what I mean? But like, I'm a Libra, so I don't want to upset nobody. All of this shit, like, that's never my shit. You know what I mean? But it's like, you meet me outside of the shit. We done talked plenty of times. You know what kind of dude I am. You know how I think. You see me roll. So it's like, you know, I ain't coming up here like being a different nigga or trying to be a different nigga. I told you what I wanted to do a couple of years ago, and I showed you what I can do a couple of years later. But it's like, it's just how you meet. Y'all niggas just bring a different flavor for people. And I feel like even with Lil Nas, like, you know, Lil Nas took a while to do his joint because of how he felt about doing podcasts and interviews and shit like that. But then what did he say afterwards? We
I
gotta
woke
do
up to
this again.
20 DMs of niggas saying finally.
But even with the Tay-Pac, finally.
Yeah.
But it's like Tay-Pac needed that. But it's like me being around Tay-Pac, I'm like, yo, you gonna get it. Don't sweat this. You know what I mean? Don't sweat none of this shit because we don't know each other yet. You know, I'm meeting you now, and then you don't know Slim, and you don't know this and all of that, and then when y'all can finally like see each other for who they are, when you see him holding his girl, when I say his girl, I mean his daughter on stage, that's a different ball game than hearing about a nigga. And, you know, and don't let him really tell you what goes on in his life. Then it's like, damn, yo, I really fuck with this nigga. But all of that shit doesn't come to light until you right there with a nigga.
And, you know, I ain't even gonna sit here and lie, bro. He had me feeling bad because, like, you know, it's always two perspectives to look at things from. It's my perspective and it's his perspective. And
but you're not a believer.
Yeah, I know. I ain't gonna sit here and play with you. I ain't gonna sit here and play with you, Truez. I'm not, bro.
I know. You told me. I just had to say that.
Yeah, I'm not. But so like from my perspective, and I wasn't lying to him when I told him this. I think I told him this on camera. I said, bro, sometimes niggas catch me in my mood where I be on some like I don't want to do no more interviews with artists.
Yeah.
And I get in that mood and I stay in that mood. It don't be long. It be like 2-3 months. But, you know, I be in that mood.
Yeah.
And like everybody that hits me, I don't be, you know, I'm not rude. I answer everybody's shit and I be like, yeah, you know, we'll figure it out. But he caught me in just one of them times, bro. And it was nothing personal. It was nothing against him. So to hear from his side of view where he felt like he hit me up trying to do an interview and I kind of just gave him the cold shoulder and he felt like it was because he wasn't good enough or something. Yeah, it's nothing like that.
Well, you know, my older brother told me a long time ago. He said, "Yo, don't be out here acting like you got shit to prove."
Yeah,
right. I still act like I got shit to prove, right? Now
it's hard not to as an artist.
It's hard not to. That's what I got from Tay-Pac. He was just ready to just show who he is. That's why he's on Legends Ball.
I also felt like and I don't know if you'll agree with this, but when we did the interview, I feel like he still had that chip on his shoulder from that.
Fuck yeah, he need to. The type of nigga that he is, he gotta have it.
Yeah.
He gotta have it because he won't be him without it. But him with it is so necessary.
I know you was about to talk about Legends Ball, but let me say one more thing before we switch to talk about Legends Ball. So the situation with excuse me, not situation, but the conversation with me and Tay-Pac as far as us talking about us finally doing the interview, something else that people probably didn't understand from my tone and what I was saying from it is that I'm also one of them people that don't put myself in very high regards. And that's not no insecurity. That's me just feeling like I'm a nigga with a camera and some computers and some lights and I just do podcasts.
Yeah.
So I never view it as somebody being like, oh, this nigga got a podcast.
Yeah, but see.
You know what I'm saying? It's like two different views.
Look, I'm gonna tell you. I remember these niggas did some fucked up shit and filmed Nightmare talking about the city or whatever and shit like that. Nightmare called me when I was in Atlanta. That's when I was living in Atlanta. And he was like, yo, did I say anything wrong? And I was like, nah.
What did he say?
I forgot what it's this.
Me and Nightmare just had a good conversation the other night too.
Yeah,
about some situation.
I love that nigga too, man. That's
I fuck with Nightmare. That's a genuine brother right there.
That's probably you won't meet another one like that. You won't meet a nigga outside his establishment just willing to talk. Like you won't meet that shit. And but like when he hit me up, he was like, yo, did I say anything wrong? I was like, nah, you didn't say anything wrong. But the problem is you said it. And once you open your mouth, everybody's heads get split. And when I say that phrase, your head gets split, that's like me saying lyrics is better than listening to a beat. Right? Mm-hmm. All the producers gonna be like, oh no, I disagree. And all the lyricists gonna be like, nah, that nigga right. because without the lyrics, you ain't got no damn song.
I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying.
And then the producer like, shit, without the beat, nigga, you ain't got no damn song.
And it starts this little clash.
Bruh,
I got you.
That's what the opinions do, right? And so that's how I look at when you say, bruh, I'm just a nigga. You're that's the disclosure and the disclaimer, excuse me, not the disclosure, but the disclaimer, like, yo, this is what I do, but like, you take it how you want to take it, but you don't gotta take it like that.
Yeah.
Well, us artists, we get up here and we gotta like defend how good our music is and all of this shit, and so we might have to say some shit that's off the wall, like, you know what I mean? Like, that's just the name of the game. But it's like you got niggas like Nightmare who don't do interviews, who stay quiet and all of that shit, and he stays loved. Yeah. You got a nigga like me who talk more than everybody else, and then I got the back and forth. You know what I mean? Like, it's a part of the game. You know what I mean?
But you know, like, fuck it, I'm gonna just say it, bro, because you know I've been beating around the bush about it. I'm just gonna say it straight up, bruh. I don't do popularity contests. I didn't do them when I was in high school. I'm not doing them now. So, and I have this argument with my homeboy Damo all the time because he'll mention somebody's name and he'll be like, oh, that person is popular. Like, okay, I'll give you a prime example. And this is not no shade. I'll give you a prime example though, bro. And Libra, I promise you this ain't no shade. We was at Blue House and that nigga Damo was like, hey, y'all tighten up, man. Libra's about to come over here. And I'm like, okay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you know, Libras are niggas just like us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But like, you know, to them, that's Libra.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why I said no shade, because I'm not saying Libra isn't anybody. But like, bruh, people are people to me. Yeah. There's never like a popularity contest. Like, I'm not going to go crazy because somebody walks in here. Now, granted, I might be contradicting myself because when I seen James Brown in the Augusta airport when I was young, I did fan out. Yes, I fanned out. I ain't gonna sit here and lie. I did.
Nigga, I just fanned out for you. Like,
I was in Burger King. I was in Burger King eating, and I seen that nigga. He was being sneaky, and I took off running, and I ran up on him. Yeah, when I was a kid. But
that's gangster, dog.
That was what? That was
damn.
That was 2000. That was 2000.
Damn.
So So I do fan out, you know. It's just certain people, but like the whole popularity contest and feeling like you this and feeling like you that, I've never been that person, bro.
All I'm gonna say is this about popularity. First of all, the line, I show you real fame, I show you real clout.
Yeah.
You know, whatever. But but I would say we are popular. We are famous in where we are. That's just what it is.
I can't fuck with it, Truez.
I don't fuck with it. I don't want you to fuck. You can't fuck with it because you gotta stay focused. But but some of our, if niggas is, remember I told you my stance already. But if niggas is trying to make it, that shit matters. You know what I mean? Like, if niggas trying to be successful, that shit matters. And I'm not saying you're not. But I think you can be successful without feeling like that because of what you do.
Yeah, I got you.
You know what I mean? Like, you can chill with your flip-flops on. I can't come up here with flip-flops on. And if I do...
I'm also home, though.
Yeah, but they don't know that. Like, in Kentucky, right? So it's kind of like...
They wouldn't have knew if you ain't tell them, too. Same way I did Jarrell with his glasses. Nobody would have knew he had broke glasses. But I had to say, damn, your glasses fucked up, man.
That's facts. But that shit,
shout out to Jarrell too. He made the cover, man. Make sure we say that on the pod so he hear that.
Oh, the legend.
Yeah,
man, yo, that's my nigga, dog. I seen him today at Mellow Mushroom. Bro, I met this nigga like maybe 17, 18, man. We had a meeting at Blue Sky Kitchen. And
Jarrell and Baby, Jarrell and LaBeija Baby is dropping like Jay Electronica album too, by the way.
I'ma say, hey, look.
That was a joke, Jarrell.
Nah, Jarrell gonna love it. Jarrell's probably, he's one of the coolest niggas, bro. Like, we might go like weeks without talking, like for real. And he might come over to the crib and we'll talk for about 3 hours.
Yeah, Jarrell cool as fuck.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, sometimes like I wish I wasn't where I am mentally and spiritually, like as far as with I'm more developed. But if I was a little bit more young and sporadic, like I would have loved to have these niggas around me, yo. I would have loved Culture Fest to be going on back in 14. You know what I mean?
That shit
Where
would
it's
be crazy,
like, yo,
right?
that shit it'd be crazy. I say all of that to say we are famous and we are popular. Our work does speak for itself. And we are those names. And everybody is jockeying to be a name. And that's cool.
That's correct.
You know what I mean?
But I think it's fucking weird. I ain't gonna sit here and lie.
Brother, this shit is weird.
I know,
this
bro.
whole shit.
I know.
What we
But
doing
see,
right now is the weirdest shit.
I don't think. Let me correct myself. I don't think trying to become somebody and create something is weird. That's not weird at all. That should always be what you want to do. But doing something and wanting to be known and then feeling down because you feel like people don't know who you are and what you got going on enough, then you make weird ass statements like Augusta doesn't support talent, they support popularity. That's when it gets weird.
We talked about that one of our first interviews when I was saying like when we talk about people being entitled, feeling a certain type of
correct.
And I remember like I approached Quay like we was at Alley Cats and I walked up to that nigga. They just dropped Fly By Night and all of that, and I seen these Facebook posts like like something about the city not supporting or whatever or something.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, Quay. The first thing I could think of, like I can't even say yo congratulations yet. You know what I mean? I'm like, why you gonna put that post out? Because it's like I know how you feel, and I'm not saying that's a wrong feeling. It's just like that's too soon. It was like the album just dropped, and then I see these posts, and it's like, nah, don't be mad, don't be this. Like you're going there. Like this road is the longest road that you will ever fucking try. We in Augusta.
Yeah,
our road ain't the same, dog. Like this city is one of the realest cities that you will ever meet. You go to Atlanta, everybody think you a celebrity if you bring this shit there. Everybody will treat you like a celebrity, but how would you be feeling? Hey man, I'm just a nigga with a camera. Every time I hopped off the stage in Atlanta, niggas like, yo, you the truth. How you get that? Mm-hmm. I don't get that necessarily here. I get that from some people, like they gotta come to me personally. That's why I say Augusta is the realest city, cause they ain't under the comments like, yo, you the truth, you the truth, you the truth. They'll come, they'll see me out and be like, hey nigga, hey, you really are a legend out here. Yo, you really da. I ain't see that nigga share the shit. I ain't hear him say what his favorite song was. You know what I mean? We just like a different city. You know what I mean? We don't dick ride nobody. Kenny Smith was sitting there at Mellow Mushroom. Ain't nobody dick ride nobody because this city don't get down like that. It just don't get down like that. You know what I mean?
Ain't that shit crazy?
That shit is wild. But that's why the popularity aspect is wild, is because...
Can I tell you something funny?
Yeah.
Just recently, there was a comedy show out here, and I seen Country Wayne in front of the hotel, the Hyatt downtown. Because I was working with somebody shooting a wedding. I'm the only nigga that spoke to him. Niggas was walking right by this nigga, looking at him, and they kept walking.
And be sharing all his shit up and down Facebook. My homeboy Tony Johnson was the first nigga to bring Country Wayne down here to Augusta. I want to say that. Gotta say that. That's my nigga that brought me into this rap shit in a different type of way. Like, he ain't start me rapping, but he took me to, bro, that nigga picked me up I can't even explain. We have to have a whole nother segment what that nigga Tony did for me, but that nigga Tony...
Bro, I want to go back to the popularity contest shit, though, bro. Like, how did you feel, and I truly want to know this, too, like, how did you feel in high school about, like, popularity and shit? Like, and what kind of nigga was you in high school?
I was always popular, but I wasn't the most popular. Everybody always knew who I was. It's a difference.
Did you care about it though?
No, I because everybody always knew who I was. I can't. All right, so I'm gonna give you a quick, brief background. In Murphy Middle School, I won most funniest. Mm-hmm. That's popularity. You know what I mean? So carry that on to Josie. You know, everybody know me and all of that shit. It's true. And then you go to West Side. I know nobody, and I just build. You know what I mean? I'm still a goofy nigga, but I'm a serious nigga. I'm a hooper. You know what I mean? Like, I'm an athlete. The teachers love me. I made jokes for the teachers. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I wasn't the one that disrespected the teacher. I make a joke so the teacher could laugh with the class. Mm-hmm. Everybody always knew me, but Jamal Creighton was going to be the most popular. You know what I mean? All the TJ was going to be the most popular. Like, all of these motherfuckers was going, even Goofy, LaFont Lee,
LaFont
was going to be the most popular. But everybody knew who Truez was. You know what I mean? So I'm always, that's where I am even now. Like, in music, it's like you might hear this nigga name, this nigga name, this nigga name, but Truez is always in there, like somewhere, like a constant. You know what I mean? I'm just a constant nigga. Like, I'm just there. I'm there. I am who I am. I don't try to go. If I go higher, it's not because I'm trying to. It's because the people is pushing me. But I ain't trying to go no higher than where I really am as far.
I got a funny story for you.
What's up?
I never paid attention to the popular shit, the popularity shit, none of that shit when I was in high school. Mm-hmm. This is when I noticed that I was one of the cool kids, and I hate the fucking cool kid statement. But this is when I knew. I went to school one day, and everybody know I used to skip school all the time, just get high, and just bullshit with bitches all the time. Yeah. That's just what I did.
Must be nice on Columbia County, huh?
Oh, Columbia County is beautiful. It's beautiful.
I gotta say that because I heard a lot of Columbia County talk on here, like, for the last couple of podcasts.
Yeah, you see, I've been defending that shit lately because I'm getting tired of it, hard. Bro. Because I'm getting tired of it, Truce. I'm getting tired of it. I'm finally at that point where I'm like, all right, bro, that's enough, bro. That's enough, bro.
That's great.
But so I go to school and everybody is gossiping about stupid shit like they always do, which I hate it. And they're like, did you see this list? Did you see this list? And I'm like, what the fuck is this list? They're like, somebody made a list on MySpace, and it was called the most. It was like Greenbrier #1 hoes or something.
Yeah, but that was on Facebook too. The AU. Oh no, that's the AUG.
But this is before all that shit.
Remember the AUG whole list?
Yeah, it's the same thing, but this is when we was in high school. Like, this was a while ago. Like, I was like a sophomore then, so this was like 2004.
Just a quick little insert. I would say, If anybody remembers the AUG whole list, I definitely created a separate Facebook page and called it the AUG anti-whole list. And I put everybody that was on the whole list on the anti-whole list. Like, that's how my mind used to work. Like, I just had to throw that out there because like, I just always work against, like...
Look, True just told on himself he the one that made the whole list.
No, hell no. Nah,
bullshit. Bullshit.
Nah. Anti. Yeah.
But, bro, so I went to school. They talking about this whole list on MySpace or whatever, and I'm just like, whatever. At the time, I had a sidekick. So I go to the back. We ain't got no signal in the school. You got to go outside in the back. Went outside in the back.
Damn, y'all had phones in the school, too? Y'all could use phones?
Nah, we couldn't use phones. But I had a sidekick. You know what time it was. White people pay good money in Columbia County, nigga. I'm telling you. So I go to the back with the sidekick. I flip it open. I get on MySpace. I click on the whole list. I think I was number 3 or number 4 on that motherfucker. It was me and my homeboy Joe. Bro, we had a picture that was in the news at the fair. At the Columbia County Fair. It was me and him standing in front of the fair. And like, Columbia County Fair, just a picture of me and him both wearing Letterman jackets.
That's the picture they used?
That's the picture they used for our whole picture on MySpace. And that's what I knew. I said, oh, damn. So this what being popular is. Because, you think about them Disney movies and shit. Yeah. And, like, that's what it is. Because obviously some lame-ass motherfucker at the school made this little list shit. And the fact that they put you on there, that's when I realized, like, oh.
Popularity is what got me on Snoop's list.
The music scene when it comes to that popularity stuff is weird because somebody can say a name like Itchy to me and you right now, and you like, oh yeah, that nigga be going in. The city supports that nigga, but we can go to studio right now and probably 95% of people don't know him, which is no knock against him. It's just we can go to 706 and 100% of people know him. You know what I'm saying? So it's always weird when it comes to the city.
Yeah, the city,
which is why I don't support comments like the city supports popularity.
No. Now, I remember when Maine made that post or whatever, and I forgot what.
Yeah, we did a whole podcast about it.
Yeah, I forgot what I said. I was trolling y'all for a little bit, like I was on. I hopped under a couple of comments. I was just like, the popularity thing, man. Like, it is what it is, bro. Like, we come out of, man, we coming from, I don't know, man. The city is just a different city, dog. Like, it's just kind of like. I'm popular because of what I did. Libra popular because of what she did.
Yeah, and I hope Libra don't take that story I just said any kind of offense, because
yeah,
it was just an example.
You're popular for what you did. Any other artist is popular for what they did, and the harder they go, the more popular they get, right? But it's not about popularity. But popularity is just a measurement tool. You know what I mean? My popularity was a measurement tool for me to call my album legend. You see what I'm saying? So I used what I feel like my popularity was to name my album accordingly. You see what I'm saying? Like, a legend could be good or bad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, regardless, that's Truez, and regardless, he did do this and he did do that. You can go down that whole little list, whether you like my music or not. You will have to probably agree to the legend aspect. That's why I was glad that Quad, brought that to my attention.
Yeah, Quad definitely hit it on the head.
Yeah, and I don't remember Quad ever going crazy hard about my music. He just knew a nigga. Like, he just knew what a nigga was doing. I'm pretty sure he knew my ex-girlfriend from they went to school together, and I've been rapping since then. Like, you know what I mean? I'm pretty sure he knew that. And it's like, that's legendary. That's a legendary status. You know what I mean? And we all just trying to be great. But the city built different, so it looked like we don't never leave, and we only could be great here, and it looked like it's a popularity chase here. But really, in reality, the city is enchanted, and it's hard to leave, and it's hard to stay gone when you leave. Like, you know what I mean? So when you come back, you gotta, your money is your popularity around this motherfucker. This nigga come out with shirts, he better be popular.
Ain't nothing funnier than niggas that get up and say they moving to Atlanta to be Atlanta niggas, and they be in Augusta every other day. Ain't nothing funnier.
Listen, man, it's no place like home, but Atlanta is cool, but it's like, I feel like Atlanta's better for a 2-hour trip.
Yeah,
that's my personal opinion. I
feel like a lot of places are better for a 2-3 hour trip.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to necessarily live in
flight
Charlotte
to Miami,
right? Yeah, facts. Or a 3-hour flight to New York.
Yeah,
I didn't never want to stay in New York, but I would stay for a week. That's just where it go. Like, and it's like, and then doing that made me popular here. But in my mind, I'm not thinking about that. I'm just thinking about, like, well, I don't want to live here, so I'm going to just do this up here. I'm going to do that. And then when I come back, it's like, oh, I see you in such and such. I'm like, oh, yeah, that's what's up.
Bro, but this is why I also hate the little popular thing. 2 reasons. One, because people are like, oh, this only worked for you because you're popular. I wasn't popular when I started this shit. You know what I'm saying?
No,
none of that shit.
Yeah. It's and not like you had the steam coming.
2, it's because, like, people feel like, oh, you only did this so you could be somebody popular. So that's why I hate those little stigmas, because it's like, bro, a nigga don't ask for shit like that.
Let me break this down for them.
Okay.
A true entrepreneur. I'm gonna tell you what true entrepreneur is. I'm not telling you. I'm telling y'all.
Yeah.
True entrepreneur is somebody who sees something and see what's missing and provides it. That's it. That is what an entrepreneur is. That is it. That is point blank, period. I don't care what you're doing. You see the situation.
You're 100% right about that.
You assess it, and you figure out what's missing.
Shotswithslim.com. Go cop you some t-shirts. I'm about to goddamn go full fling with the t-shirts. I got photography on that motherfucker.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So, hold on. Are you done?
I'm done.
All right. So, listen, if you guys are following me right now, I don't want to do it like the .com, but you can but you can hit me up personally for a Fighting Trauma t-shirt.
Okay.
Because we all fighting trauma.
Correct.
And you can hit me up for the Legend Supreme t-shirt. But it's
This nigga said, I don't want to do it like Slim. That nigga got wild. Like, he had his whole thing mapped out, ready with the .com.
but look,
and patreon.com/sit down Slim.
But look how we did that. You got your shit on. I got my shit on.
Yeah.
But
we got to do branding.
But look, we didn't get on here like, hey, yo, y'all make sure, hey, $35. No.
Yeah.
Nah, it's nothing like that. But I would say this, like, this is a part of it. What you were saying, $35 for this shirt right here, Fighting Trauma, but 5% goes to a trauma unit. You know what I mean? If you cop a Fighting Trauma t-shirt, like, it's like, but you don't see me pushing that shit. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But I done made without pushing the shit, I probably done made maybe over 400 without pushing.
Yeah.
But it's just being real about the situation. You know what I mean? And it's like, it's never a popularity. You know what I mean? It's just, it's all about like, yeah, we all want multiple streams of income, whatever the case may be, and people get that confused with popularity. It's like, this nigga Slim want to do shirts, but he needs to have multiple streams of income if you want to be an entrepreneur, if you want to be a successful millionaire, whatever the case may be. Like, it's nothing wrong with that. It's just how people perceive it here. In Atlanta, you will be God. Simple as that. You will be God. But here, you're a man amongst gods, or you're a demigod where you're not considered fully as a god, and niggas will just have to handle you. Like, niggas still try to fight Hercules. Like, you got to remember that. Like, Hercules was you ever watch that show? Hercules and the warrior princess Xena.
Oh yeah, of course.
All right, so Hercules, niggas was still trying the nigga. He was stronger than everybody in the motherfucking village.
Yeah.
Why was they trying him? Because he was still on Earth. He was still in the city. He was still in the town. He was
correct.
You know what I mean? He had his wife and his kids out there, and like, you know.
I told Jip that recently.
What's that?
Same thing you just said. It's time to move on.
Jip is Augusta. I'm not saying he ain't never gonna move on, but Jip is like, when I be around Jip, I be like, this nigga love this city, yo.
He do.
This nigga love this city. This nigga, and if he can make it happen a certain type of way, he's already making it happen for himself. But if he make it happen a certain type of way, I told him a long time ago. He probably don't even remember this, but I said, you might be the key to these artists making it. And you don't even know it. Like, you not even like really like swimming in our pool, but you are in a whole nother level that niggas like me won't even be able to reach. Mm-hmm. They're gonna, what FS1, like what, you know what I mean? Like, where the fights be shown at, like, it's like, this nigga is there. This nigga come back to the city, he get the love, he get everything that these niggas that you talking about, the popularity, all of that shit, he get that shit, but he handles it great. But you never know, like, that nigga make the right move and then make the couple of phone calls to some artists and be like, yo, hey, y'all got this going on, da-da-da-da-da, yo, holla at me. He could be a key. You know, but the keys, I don't even think is necessarily in us, though, bro. Like, the keys is in niggas like you. You know what I mean? Niggas like, not niggas, I don't do that, but women like Libra. You know what I mean? Jib. You know what I mean?
I had the same conversation with Reggie. Came from nothing, Reggie.
Okay.
We had the same conversation. We was talking about, but he was saying more so how he felt like it was artists to help people like me and him get to the next level. You know what I'm saying? Because it was a conversation that me and Damo was having about me and Damo doing a podcast together and him not sharing the podcast that he begged me to do. Yeah, that was the conversation. You see, I'm getting mad thinking about it.
Yeah, I felt that. That's why I looked away. I was like,
But nah, and Reggie was kind of like, nah, I feel Slim because, you know, it's like we depend on the artist. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of like you view it the other way, though.
But what did I say when you called me, though? You know, like, man said we beefing. That I said, nah, we doing what we supposed to do. And
yeah.
we're working back to where we are now. Mm-hmm. It's just is what it is. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, I can't be over your crib every day. You know what I mean? Like, as a grown man, like, I just can't do it. You know what I mean? Other niggas probably can do it, and I just can't. But it's like, I watch you, and I'm like, man, I can't. I probably said this 5 months ago. Like, man, I can't wait till I go back. I got some shit to say. And I'm probably not saying none of the shit that I wanted to say back then, but it's the fact that, like, I know that you got to do this for yourself. And I know if I can come in and, you know, not saying I'm trying to do it, but there will be sound bites because of how I talk. So if that can help, then cool. But if that helps you, then that definitely is helping me. So it's just kind of like, it's the barter system, bro. Like, my barter right now is my voice. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Your barter right now is your platform. And that's how you supposed to move until we all get to where we going. You know what I mean? But a lot of people stop the bus at a certain stop, like, and be like, nah, yo, I'm gonna need this, or I need this, or this. And then you like, damn, man, I ain't got it. Or like, nah, fuck that. And then now niggas don't move past that shit. And then now if you do that with everybody, now maybe you don't move past the shit. You know what I mean? But it's like, yeah, Quad, I'm not sure if he like talked about it on the internet, but I hope I'm not spoiling them. But like the documentary shit, like,
yeah,
what y'all doing, like, you need that and he needs that. He needs that because he is that kind of person and he's that special.
I'm gonna keep the butt with you. I ain't even been telling nobody about it.
Well, that's good because I ain't hear about it from you. But
yeah, I know.
but when it come out, that's gonna be so great. You know what I mean? Like, it's
gonna be crazy.
That's gonna be.
Truez let it out the bag, man. Me and Quiet, we working on a documentary. That shit. It ain't no secret. It's just like,
yeah.
I don't think niggas understand what me and Quiet doing though. I just don't think they don't.
But you know, I do, because the last thing all y'all niggas gonna see before Truez disappears is a documentary on my music. All y'all. I don't know. I want Jarrell to do his thing, but I might have to like. That's gonna be my last stand. My brother got a documentary in Jersey. After he got shot and shit, he went up there, he did his music shit again. He got a whole documentary.
Me and Quiet, we did some. I was just telling one of my homeboys about this because it's crazy how a nigga I didn't grow up with, a nigga I just met a year or two ago, how we did something that me and my homeboys could have been did. But now me and this nigga been linking up and just getting up just on some humbug shit. And now I got a whole fucking folder on my hard drive just to this nigga life. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's all documented.
But he's in a different level in his life. Mm-hmm. He's in a level where he don't give a fuck about rap.
Yeah.
Rap ain't his shit. Being quiet is his shit. Like, that's his shit. And it ain't no coincidence that you doing a fucking documentary about practically this nigga being who he is.
Yeah.
Rather than, this the day in the life of an artist. A lot of artists just, that's all they got. You know what I mean? Like,
you know what's crazy about us even doing the documentary was how it happened. It was so weird how it happened, dog. Like,
about Boosie?
He said Boosie wasn't the inspiration for me wanting to do it. Me wanting to do it, I don't even want to say that shit on here.
No, don't do it.
I'll say it.
Of course you would.
I watch a lot of serial killer documentaries.
Damn. Well, I do. That's not that bad because all these women be watching women.
And all that
shit. Like,
and
that's scary.
Just the layout of the documentaries always intrigued me, and I said I want to shoot something that cinematic. So I was running that by Quad one day. I just so happened to see him somewhere where I was working with somebody else, and I had told Quad, I said, I ain't gonna lie, bro, I want to shoot a documentary.
That nigga was like this.
Yeah, and he was like, for real? And I was like, yeah, he already knew why I was telling him that.
Look,
you know what I'm saying?
Quad look up, he'll look away and be like, that shit, yeah, I like that shit.
Yeah. And he was like, a documentary like what? And I told him, I was like, bro, just a documentary, just like on some cool shit, bro. Like, it ain't gotta be no like super drawn out shit, no super high budget shit, just a cool ass documentary. And he was like, so like Boosie.
I knew it.
You had already knew. But that wasn't my inspiration behind it. My inspiration was more so about the work part about it, not the theme of it. But when he said Boosie, I said that would like be the one. And it would show artists like there's more creative ways to showcase who you are
There you go.
and your work.
There you go.
Besides
there you go.
a music video.
And that's why I told him when he told me he was doing that, bro, I was like, and what it's called, I said, that's how you do it. That's the elevation. That's what I try to do musically. You know what I mean? It's like just constantly try to like boom, boom. And if a nigga like that is doing that, that's why I need to make that phone call for Legends Ball and be like, yo, Quad, you gotta do this. I know you're gonna get it on your shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's
yeah,
like,
it's on there.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, but it's like I gotta make that call because I know what you trying to do, and I know it's just, bruh, I see everything. I see, bruh. I'm a watcher. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I mean the watcher in the sense of the biblical aspect of the Book of Enoch, and the watchers come down from heaven and shit like that, and just be here to guide people. Like, I feel like that's my purpose, bro. Like, I really like legitimately feel like that. I have not gotten a big ass fat ass bag from rap, but the shit that I gotten for rap, bro, you wouldn't even imagine.
Here go Damo right here. I'm gonna answer just for the hell of it.
This nigga. I wish it was face.
Yo.
Bro, you want to tell what I just realized?
Yeah, I got you on my podcast before you say anything though. But go ahead. What'd you realize?
Bro, every bitch I'm spending time with and investing my time with right now is fucking thoughts, bro. Like, they're fucking thoughts, bro. Like they'll leave my house, like, and be on the phone with they niggas, bro, and be like, yeah, I'm gonna stay with you tonight. So they literally pick their bags up from my crib, and then probably leave their car outside my house, and then they go to the other nigga's house, and then
Dom.
and then
Can he hear
I
me?
just tell
Yeah,
another
he can
bitch,
hear you.
Damo,
yeah.
you don't want to
What
say
that
this right now?
You on the
me?
podcast.
What are you doing?
What you mean?
You on the podcast, Damo.
Nigga, I don't give a fuck about being on no pod.
No, it's not about the podcast. It's just like you just don't want to relinquish that. Like, you're not holding it down right now, man.
No, nigga, I'm definitely holding it down because niggas be fucking with thoughts, and thoughts be fucking with niggas. So at the end of the day, it wouldn't be a player if I got mad about that shit. That'd be some bitch ass nigga shit. So you know what you're dealing with. So you just don't even get mad.
But now you're on the podcast.
So now they know. Now they know.
Now it's worse.
She just left.
Yo,
I don't be giving a fuck, bro.
about it.
Hey, Damo, since
just
I got you on here already, bro. Nah, I can't tell you. Blue said I can't tell you. I'm gonna call you back, Damo. Blue said I can't tell you. My bad.
Yeah, this shit just make for better music, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I guess.
Is that true, Truez?
No.
Yeah, it does.
I mean, no, yeah.
It does.
Remember we talked about the starving artist when you going through shit, you make
Yeah.
better music. Yeah, it make better music, nigga. But if you don't correct that shit, nigga, that shit gonna be your life forever. Fuck the music. Fuck
it
the
ain't
music. You
It ain't
gonna get a wife and she gonna have a boyfriend for the last 5 years. You gonna be married to her for 5
No,
more.
no, bro. You want me to tell you the crazy part about it? Cause like I know exactly what I'm getting myself into. So like, you don't get too attached. You know what I'm saying? So like, you don't invest too deep in these females, but it just make better content for the music, bro. Because if you going out the vibe, you know what I'm saying, a woman, she might be a good vibe, like she might be a great vibe, but you know what I'm saying. But like the choices she make to her pussy, you just kind of be like, all right, I can't attach myself too much to this shit. You know what I'm saying? So
Hey, you know what you
that's
need,
what I realized. Like,
Damo.
yeah,
You know what you need to do?
what?
You need to just not have sex for like 6 months.
He ain't doing that shit.
Nah, I ain't even been any hoes to be honest though, bro. Like the bitches come through. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. I done knocked some shit down, but like lately, I just got down be cuddling with the hoes, bro. That's all I be doing. Like, we just cuddle.
Is this the image you want Drink So Mo to be? The nigga that be cuddling with the hoes?
I always cuddle with the hoes.
Pillows on Mo.
Pillows on Mo.
Nah, ain't no pillow talking because I don't even sleep on no
No,
pillows.
not pillows. Oh, nah. Damn. Damo, you don't even sleep on pillows, though. What
do you sleep on? You sleep in alleys?
sleep
What's
on
going
pillows.
on? What do you sleep
no
on?
pillow, nigga. Ain't no pillow talking. I don't even sleep on no pillows.
Nah.
What you sleep on? Air mattresses?
Nah, I just don't sleep on no pillows. I don't use no pillows.
What you use?
Nigga, I just stretch out in the bed and be straight.
This nigga be looking like damn vampire in Brooklyn in the
Bro,
bed.
this nigga is different, bro.
Yeah, that's a different nigga.
But look though, what I want all my niggas to know in this pod, bro, you ain't no simp just cause you got down chill with thoughts. Niggas do that shit.
That's real. That's where I like that. But
I don't.
Niggas think you simping because you chilling with thought, but like it's all about how much time you invest with her and how much time you get back.
That's too much math.
Damo, they gonna vote for you for president of the Simps.
No, they not, bro. Cause I spend a lot of time with my stripper bitch, but at the end of the day, my stripper bitch, when we go out, I don't pay for nothing.
Yeah,
like
but she a stripper. She doing the same thing.
I'm just saying, I don't pay for nothing when I go out with her.
That's cool.
Like I don't have to pay for nothing when I go out with my stripper bitch. Like she got the tab footed from front to back, bro. She spoiled me. What you want? What you want?
All right, Damo, I'm gonna call you back.
Yeah,
we about to finish up this podcast, bro. I just got one more thing to talk to Truez about, and we getting off, and I'm gonna call you back.
All right, man. Hey, man. Good weekend too. Gonna be about it's gonna be mostly R&B.
Let me let this nigga get his plug off.
No.
Let me let him get his plug off, Truez. Let him get his plug off.
R&B tape, man.
I can't
Good
believe
weekend
you. I
too,
can't
gonna be
believe
R&B
you right now. Man. I can't even believe.
All right,
it.
Damo, we gone, bro. We gone. You got your plug in. We gone.
Yeah,
That nigga is different, nigga.
That's a different
Truez,
nigga,
he's
dog.
different.
The first time I hung out with that nigga was that nigga that when we was out and shit, and he came up into the bruh, dog. I was like, yeah, he
Different experience, wasn't
he
it?
different, dog.
Bro, he been like that since we was young, bro. Funny story about him before I ask you about the last time we talk about. All right, bro. Funny Drake So Mo story. I'm not calling that nigga Drake So Mo. That nigga name is Damo. Bruh, this nigga Damo. So me and Damo been beefing ever since he got mad at me about not doing a pod when his project dropped. Like, he was really mad. He called me. I was in Houston shooting a music video. He called me snapping, like for real snapping at like midnight. And I hung up on the nigga. I'm like, bro, I'm not about to argue with you about some stupid shit. Yeah. Hung up on him. He went on Facebook Live. Talking to people on Facebook Live about it. I'm like, oh, see, that's where you cross the line at. Yeah. If me and you have an issue, you cannot bring people. Yeah, you can't bring people in on that shit. So everybody calmed me down and was like, bro, Slim, you know how Damo is. Just leave that shit alone. All right. So me and Damo, this happened a while ago too. This happened like 3 months ago. We ain't been having the greatest of relationships since. Like, I blocked that nigga from calling me. He couldn't call me. When I seen him out, he'll try to dap me up and I'll give him a regular white man handshake. Yeah. And I'll just keep going. And people was just like, bro, you for real with this? Like, you really not fucking with Damo? And I was like, bro, that nigga just be crossing the line, bro. Like, he just be doing shit.
Hey, Brother B told me, you gotta show niggas how to love you.
Yeah. So, of course,
how to love you.
Me and him got back right or whatever. You know, shit was cool. That night you talking about, remember? We went to studio. We left studio. We dapped you up. You were like, yeah, I'm about to head home.
Yeah.
The pipes had fucked up at studio. I'm about to go home too. I'm like, I'm about to go home. The night is over. Studio is shut down. Oh, you left before the pipes fucked up.
Yeah, what's up?
Yeah, the pipes had fucked up in studio, and they had to close it down in the women's bathroom. They said like a girl put a tampon in the bathroom, in the toilet or something. Jesus. So Damo goes, hey, bro, let's go to the strip club. Drinks on me. I said, I'm not going to no strip club in Augusta, bro. I'm going home.
I never go.
And it was late at night. It was like 1 a.m. I'm like, bro, I'm going home. He was like, bro, come on, bro. Drinks on me. I said, all right, Damo. He like, I want you to see my girlfriend anyway.
I don't want to be on camera with this shit, dog.
I got Truez. You got to. You're here now. You're here now. You're here now, Truez. You're here. You're here. Right here. Nigga, we walk into the strip club. I ordered a marijuana. I had to because I'm like, bro, I got to get something real strong. Order that joint. Damo looks at me and goes, there she go right there. I said, where? He said, on stage. I look up. Shawty is on stage with her legs wide open with the roast beef hanging out. I said, okay, Damo. Cool. And I would skip a couple parts because he was really mad at me for some things that I said. Truez said I got a fuck with the car. I would skip some parts because he was mad at me for some things that I said, and I don't want to say none of that on camera. Only reason why I said the roast beef part is because Blue just did the whole video, and he said that already. So I said I might as well say it. But the funny part is we're about to leave. We're talking to the bouncer. He asks the bouncer to go inside and get her so he can leave. She comes outside and goes, I'm not going home with you. I'm going to go home with somebody else tonight. And he goes, see, this is what I be talking about. Oh, I missed a very key part. When she came up to him and gave him a hug when we first came in, he said, hey, baby, play my song. She said, okay, Damo. He gave her some ones. She went. And I want you to take a wild guess what Damo would want to hear in a strip club. Not his music. What Damo would want to hear in a strip club to a stripper that he loves dancing to. Just take one guess. I know you ain't going to be able to guess it. Just take one guess. Just I want to see how close you can get.
That's it. Trey songs.
Damo's favorite artist is Drake. Let me get you a
I was
hint.
close.
Kind of in the same ballpark.
Successful. I'm thinking about the song.
Yeah. Damo played
I was going to say
Drake Jaded from the Scorpion album. And that's why he said he wants to come out with an R&B album because, you know, Drake, double disc, R&B side, rap side.
This is what the fuck I was telling you about the starving artist when I said, yo, shit make for good music. He got on there and talking about that shit. He just... Damo, this is I can't talk about this nigga after this, but I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this last thing to this nigga on camera. Damo, you gotta chill the fuck out. You wasting. First of all, you wasting time, and you don't want to waste time. There's some shit that you don't get back. And second of all, bruh, if you gotta do this to make a R&B album, it ain't worth it.
Just stick to the rapping. Just stick to the rapping.
If you can't sing off of just some shit you went through,
bro,
3 or 4, 5
so
years
to end
ago,
the story, bro, when she said she wasn't going home with him, he got mad as hell. He said, "This is exactly why I say you be having me jaded."
Oh, Damo.
Cue curtains.
Damo. Damn, yo.
He said it's okay to be simping for the hoes, though, man.
No. Nah.
And I didn't mean to put this curveball into this good ass podcast we was just doing. I hope the people find this entertaining at the 2 hour mark.
I'm pretty sure
because I didn't mean to put this in here.
I'm pretty sure they would, but Jesus, right? I can't believe this nigga said half of the shit on that phone call like that. Like I'm just like, nah, you gotta chill. You gotta tell Slim privately. Like you just gotta talk. No, all right, Damo, chill, bro.
I should have cut him off anyway, huh?
You should have probably cut that nigga off, dog. But I mean, that could help him with his R&B album. Like I mean,
that shit's different.
Shit, he different, bro. He's a different cat, man. I like him though. Like he cool, but it's like he got a different mind. But he got a good mind, but he got a different mind. All right. What's your
last thing we gotta talk about before we get off? I ain't mean to fuck Truez up with this curveball. I should have just ignored the call. But Legends Ball, man. Let's talk about it though. How'd you get Legends Ball going? How did you create that? What made you even want to put on the show based off the album? Like, just explain everything.
All right. So dropped the album called Legend June 16th, Pac's birthday. I dropped 3 other albums on that date. I also did a show called Against All Odds where I had Quad and everybody, like, and a whole bunch of other people that had their first shows and shit like that. So I did that back in 2018 when the Tupac movie came out, as a matter of fact. So it's like, I've been throwing shows since I was like 23. Like, throwing shows. I've been performing since I was 18. When I dropped the Legends joint, I got a song on the album called Legends Ball. I name drop a lot of rappers, like a lot of legendary rappers, whether they feel like I'm dissing or whatever the case may be. I'm showing love in the sense of like, we legends. You know what I mean? Despite my personal opinion about other shit. So then I thought about it. Brother B was like, man, we got to throw a show at Humanity Tree and all of that stuff. And I was like, all right, yo, and he wanted to do it on First Friday, and now that's a risk in Augusta to throw a show on First Friday.
Correct.
And you seen the crowd, so to pull some shit off like that, like you can't ask for nothing more on a First Friday. So it's like, Brother B was like, "Yeah, man, we got to throw this. We got to do something." And I was like, "All right, cool. Just give me one more month." You know what I mean? I just dropped the video, all of this shit, and I'm like, "All right, I'm about to stick my neck out. I ain't performing like 2 years." You know what I mean? Like it's been a minute. I didn't drop an album in a year, so it had just been a minute. And how I was thinking, man, I was just like, man, I need, my job in this city is to showcase talent, but not in the sense of like I'm a promoter. I'm an artist that know what the artists want. Like I said earlier, like Quad, me shooting the vlogs for Quad. I wanted to do it because he deserved it. When I feel like somebody deserves something, I put myself out there to make sure they get what they need and what they deserve. So it's like all of the artists that I thought of, I was like, man, I want people to know the story about me and Sean him and how I feel about him and how I look up to him in a certain way. And I want people to know the story about Mikael Martin and Slim because you know, the lineage is so crazy. Lil Nas on his way into that level. Hen is there and he's still climbing. And then you got Tay-Pac who's right there on the rise. Like it's like y'all are looking at the future of Augusta hip hop. And it's not like they're the only ones, you know. There's no disrespect to people that's out there. I know a lot of people that I wanted to be on there. Like I asked Native Sounds, and I know that, you know, Charles told me why or whatever the case may be. But I really wanted them niggas on there. You know what I mean? Like I have to say that first and foremost. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because I really wanted them. They were the first people I actually reached out to. So. But everybody else on there, you know what I mean, are all like fucking legends, young legends. I had Isolated Beauty, who, you know, graduated high school not too long ago. She already done wrote her first book. That's a legend. You know what I mean? Like, ain't no telling what the fuck she about to do in the next 7-8 years, dog. Like, you know,
real young, 18, 19.
Come on, dude. Like, the Lucky Joes. Lucky Joe's, I think he went to school with Isolated Beauty, and they all doing poetry. And then it's like, man, nah, like this is the future. I'm always putting the future on. You know what I mean? I'm always about the future and shit like that. So Legends Ball was just my way of, you know, providing that platform at a good opportune time that everybody can get some shine off. And I think it's a good contrast to what Libra do with Culture Fest, to where it's like, you know, it was cool to have Legends Ball, and then right after, like, I think it was right after or before, I can't really remember, but to start seeing more of the Culture Fest flyers right after that night. That's how it should be. So when I be like talking about you and it should be more middlemen and all of that shit, it gotta be somebody doing what I just did, like, you know, outside of me. Like, it gotta be somebody else, like, yo, come over here and do this, come over here and do that, come over here and do this, and then Libra, boom, boom, big Culture Fest. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's how it's supposed to be. So it's like, you know, Legends Ball was just basically a celebration for all of the artists that I feel like that's on their way up and that's did a lot of shit for the city that doesn't get the right respect, because I really feel like we deserve awards, we deserve plaques. You should be able to Google our names and see our names in some kind of recorded book. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like I deserve something for what I've did. I feel like Mac and Slim deserve something for what they've done. They don't give no hip hop, no love in Augusta. You know what I mean? And it's like, so I'm working my way up to the higher up. So I'm gonna have an interview in the Urban Pro Weekly about the Legends Ball show, and I'm gonna take that opportunity to make sure I say some names in there and shit like that, so people can get their shine on a whole nother level. And I'm gonna try to work my way up to the news station. You know what I mean? Like, you know, whether I gotta get on there and just be like, yo, you know, hey, we need this. You know, I don't care if I gotta get crazy, Kanye crazy on that shit, but we need it. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's needed, and that was Legends Ball. Legend came out, the album, and I'm a legend, but I feel like there's a bunch of other legends. So it's like I wanted to do that for them. That's why the shirts got made like that. You know what I mean? Like, bruh, everybody got their customized shirt. Their name is bigger than, like my shirt, Truez is big. But then fucking Tapac shirt, his name is big. You know what I mean? It's like, because you're important. It's not always about me. And I just wanted to show people that, man. And so the Legend Ball was great. And the Legend album is out and it's great too. And it's doing numbers and it's great. And I appreciate all the support and allow me to have a second win. Like, I thank God that I was able to have a second win, because you don't get second chances. You know what I mean? In the game, like, where niggas count you out and then you just come back. You don't get that. So I'm forever grateful. So I got to share that. You know what I mean? Like, it ain't on me. You know what I mean? And I was happy to see you there. Other you got LaFont Lee, you, Jarrell. Like, come on, man. Like, you know what I mean? And I ain't asked Jarrell to come. I wasn't the one that asked LaFont Lee to come. I didn't even ask you to come. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's like, that's what a Legends Ball is. It's like, you a legend. LaFont Lee gonna be a legend, if not already a legend. Jarrell's a legend, if not gonna be a legend. It's like, we're all legends, and we was all in that same building. And I don't know, bro. And it was First Friday too. Like, niggas could have went out. You know what I mean? Niggas could have went to the club and said, fuck these niggas. Like, it's only one First Friday out of the month. Like,
yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? And they showed up, bro. They showed up. They showed love. Niggas stayed. We kept the show rolling.
Quiet said, it was some people that I ain't never seen in Augusta before. I don't know if they was there for Truez or what, but I love the energy.
Hey, man, listen. I'm universal on all counts now, man. I had people like, Truez from Humanity, right? Like, in Alley Cats, I'm like, well, yeah, I guess that's part of it. So it's like, yeah. But I'm not saying that they all was there for me. But, man, I did some good promotion, you know what I mean? Got the flyers printed out. Everybody that came through the shop, boom, 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 boom. You know what I mean? Hitting them with that shit. And you know how I do my promotion online. Like, I'm crazy. You know what I mean? Niggas in the group chat show mad camaraderie, man. Everybody, like, I was so thankful for that, and then, Harvey Harv, us even having our issues back in the day, and like to be able to like be there in that magnitude again, and just, that shit, I mean, man, you can't ask for nothing else, bro.
I told you at the show too, like, you did something that should have, excuse me, you did something that should have inspired artists moving forward.
Right.
Because I don't know which podcast it was. It could have been one with you. I was saying artists need to put on their own shows.
That's facts. I've always been a firm believer in that. A lot of my biggest shows is my own shows. Mm-hmm. People don't call me for shows. They don't call me for their own personal reasons. But a lot of the shows I put on myself. I put on shows in Atlanta. I put on shows here. You know what I mean? So it's like I put mad people on the show. The last show I did before this was Heart of the City and Sky City before. That shit's not Sky City no more. I put a rock band, a funk band, AE, the one singer, and then you got Quad. Was I always consider Quad a street rapper, but not the street rapper like I kill you street rapper. So it's like the
heart of the streets.
Yeah, the heart of the streets, and that's why it was called the Heart of the City, because I had these different elements, and then I had myself, like that hip hop aspect or whatever, and like the lyricists and shit like that. So every show that I've always threw, bro, like it's always been about other people outside of me. You know what I mean? Like, I could throw a show with myself. I could have easily did that shit, man. You know what I mean? Like, or I could have just chose one other person and shared the stage with, and then I could have got 30 minutes, 40 minutes, like. But it wasn't about that. I wanted to introduce people. I wanted to let people know, yo, who you about to see, because that's how we supposed to be looked at. You know what I mean? But
put people on.
Yeah, but ain't nobody gonna do it. If ain't nobody gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. You know what I mean? Like Jay-Z said about Kanye West. He goes over the hill. He's the Indian that goes over the hill, get hit with all the arrows, and come back and tell people how it is. That's what Jay-Z said about Kanye. And to this day, when you see Kanye, he still do the same shit. Still do some other shit, come back, and be like, yo, you know what I mean? And like make an album about it. But it's like, he's the only nigga that stick his neck out, even for other artists. Like how he put artists on, how he give them their credits on even the split sheets and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a producer at heart. I'm really a producer. I'm not really a rapper. You know what I mean? Everything I've ever done in my life, bro, I produced. I used to, back in Atlanta when I used to stay in Stone Mountain when I was in 5th grade, I used to get the kids together. I used to get my mom to print out Temptation lyrics, and I used to get the kids together. We go into the gazebo in Stone Mountain West Apartments, and we'll sing Temptation lyrics. And none of them knew who the fuck the Temptations was. And they asked me, they'd be like, why are we doing this? You got a better idea, nigga? We ain't doing shit. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, and my mom would tell the story. She'd be like, "Yo, I used to ask you to go to the store, and you would take the whole neighborhood to the store. So I have to give all y'all some money to get something." And that's how I was. Like, I could have easily walked up to the store by my goddamn self, took the money that my mom would have gave to all these people, and got something for myself. But it was like, all right, you want me to go to the store? 4:00? Cool, bet. Boom, 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 boom. Randall, what you doing? Boom, 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 boom. Jeff, what you doing? Boom, 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 boom. Dizel, what you doing? All right, come on, boom. We walking 5 deep to the store in Atlanta. Like, it's like, I've always been that guy, but people don't know that about me because, you know, growing up here, the city's set up differently. You know what I mean? It's not like a big city. You gotta get rides places, or we probably just gonna be balling at the court. You know what I mean? Like, it was different. But back in Atlanta, man, we could have hopped on a train, bro, and took that bitch all the way down to Midtown at 12 years old. You know what I mean? You can't do that shit around here. So it's like, this is my playground. Like, I play in this area. It's like, oh, Tay-Pop working on that big album. Hey, Tay, give me a call, nigga. Like, because it's not about Truez helped you, or I'm gonna be like, yeah, I helped him. It's about, like, I know I got something to offer you. I know because of how I think about this game. You know what I mean? And I know I can help you. You know what I mean? And that's all I want to do, bro, is just help people, bro. Whether it's what we doing, whether it's what I do with my young homies, whether it's I do with niggas that I never met, putting on shows. You know what I mean? Like, that's what the fuck I do. That's who I am in my core. Inspiration, intuitive, and, you know, motivating. That's who I am. You know what I mean? And now that I'm pushing where I am, I'm not running from it no more. Like, it is what it is, bro. It is at this point.
And that's exactly what we needed from you before we get off. A long Truez rant. Because that's what they gonna say is missing from this one. Because I think I talked too much on this one. But I was thinking, I did a lot of talking on this motherfucker. I normally don't do that when me and Truez sit down.
But, you know, I changed, you know what I mean? Like, I've been off Twitter. I don't know if you noticed, but I've been on Twitter. Like, I noticed. I've been on Facebook.
You know what? I know we was in the moment recording together, but I said, this is our 3rd podcast we did. We both have changed. Like, you can tell.
That's facts.
Yeah. It's kind of weird. Topics. It's kind of weird, too.
I mean, yeah, but it's like, we coming out of the pandemic, out of that weird ass 2020. We got a new vision. You know, whether you know it or not, whether the next nigga that's looking at this know it or not, subconsciously you got a whole nother vision, bro. We went through some shit in 2020. You know what I mean? You was trying to keep it up, what you were doing prior, but then, you know, once you hop out, the country open up, it's like, bro, I'm gonna do this. Bro, I'm gonna do that. Like,
I ain't gonna lie, I seen the pandemic as a time. I was like, oh, I gotta step on the gas. And the Breakfast Club ain't doing interviews. Yeah. Oh, I gotta step on the gas. That's how I viewed it.
And you was picking up a lot of topics back then during that time period. I came up too, like, you know, got into a new crib, got my mom into a new crib, you know what I mean, and settled in there and helped her get a car, got myself a car, like all of that kind of shit. Like, in the pandemic, like, I was on my come up. You know, in the pandemic, it changed me as a man. You know what I mean? And now I'm ready for that next chapter in life, bro. Like, I'm ready for that shit, bro. Like, I don't know what that shit's gonna, you know, what it's gonna be per se.
You talking like it's baby Truez?
What you mean?
There's a baby Truez coming.
I mean, I hope so, bro. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Like,
Truez, if you had baby Truez, I can only see the post that you was gonna make, like, to present baby Truez to the world. Now I present to you the future legend.
Yeah. I start him with the narcissistic shit early.
Yeah, real early. Baby Truez real early.
Yeah.
Hey, before we get off too, man, y'all niggas roasted the hell out of my nigga Damo. He called up here and you was about to roast his ass again. I said, bro, Damo can't goddamn catch a break,
That's
my
his
nigga.
fault, bro. He called up here. You said he was on a podcast. He stayed on that phone and said that shit. That is him. He is roasting himself. You ain't never seen a pig put the apple in their own mouth.
Yeah. A pig put the apple in their own mouth. That nigga is different though, bro.
Yeah.
These niggas roasting my nigga Damo, dog. This shit was the funniest shit in the world.
The way he was just sitting and yeah, that nigga would just.
I'm gonna plug it at the end of this podcast just for
show the
y'all. I
picture.
promise you, I'm gonna plug
Like
it.
you got a picture, like you can take.
Man, I got the whole video.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I got the whole video, bro.
See what Maine got. Maine got only like the tail end of that shit, bro. But we was giving it.
He got a good part though.
Yeah, no, we gave it to that nigga for about 10 minutes, bro. Like tops, boy. That's,
let me see.
That's a lifetime. That's an eternity when you getting fucked on, yo.
Let me see. It's in this phone.
Then you got two phones.
Yeah, bro. One for the plug and one for the hole.
Yeah.
Ain't that how the song go?
Load, I thought it was.
I don't fucking know. I don't be listening to that bullshit.
Oh yeah, I don't know. That was Kevin Gates, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Let me play this video so then we can get the fuck out of here.
Alright.
Hopefully I ain't got down.
Damn. Y'all make sure y'all go stream that Legend album, yo. It's a real Augusta it's
here
a 706 album for sure. Hey,
Hey, boy, you wear that shit, you wear that shit top golf. That be all inclusive, bud. All inclusive.
Oh shit.
That nigga like a goddamn travel agent. Real to that nigga.
look how he's scratching his head, yo.
That nigga quiet just like, bruh.
Yo, when niggas job on niggas in the South.
Damn, my stupid ass joined in. I couldn't help it, bro.
That boy got them
Tigers at the third hole. Wait, 1 second. Nigga, take off with them shoes.
Damn, boy. They don't even say them bitches. Oh, you got to them bitches on the outlet.
Yeah, we know. Look, did it get quiet? This is the funniest part. He get
Yeah,
quiet.
because we just looking at him. We just staring at him.
Look, they go quiet. He gotta be the one to break the silence.
Hey, this bitch about a little discount and all, Slim.
He gotta be the one. Quiet gotta be the one.
Like 75% off.
I paid full price for these. Them shit look good at Ross.
He should try to get this bitch up. That boy got drop screens on the goddamn pinstripe, on the plaid pin.
Comfortable.
Look like that nigga swim with the motherfucker, man.
That nigga was supposed to have a B on him, but now they some goddamn the Balenciagas.
Hey, bruh, that video, I'm gonna make sure I put it on here. I'm gonna make sure I put that one on here. Bruh, that video is a prime example of when your new friends meet your old friends.
yo.
And your old friends already don't like your new friends. But when they meet, when they come together, and now your old friends is like, see, that's why I don't like these new niggas.
Yo, I felt so bad. Me and Dama had a nice deep conversation after that, but I just kept looking at his outfit. I was just like, he was like, yeah, man, DJs need to play the music. I'm like, yeah.
Bro, why is that his favorite topic though? Like, bro, I think because I made a clip out of it from the podcast me and him did, he's just riding that wave. So now every time he sees somebody, he knows they probably seen that clip on my page, so he's just using it as a talking point.
Slim, you know, I was just talking about inspiration, bro. It's all inspiration. This is gonna be inspiration for this nigga, dog, and it is hilarious, but it will be inspiration.
He's changing also because he used to, like, if you associated me with him, he used to get mad and be like, "I'm drink some more." Now, if you associate me with him, he embraces it. He likes it.
Cause look who you know.
But he used to hate that shit.
Yeah, but you now. You.
I told you, like, I just don't live in those.
Hey man, but I know. Yeah, you don't live in that, but
Yeah,
and that's good.
I'm still hungry.
That's good. That's good, bro. That's good.
I'm almost to 500 subscribers on YouTube. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And my goal has always been 1,000 since the first day.
I gotta get to
I'm still hungry.
I gotta get to 1,000 before you. I'm at 780 something, I think. I gotta get to 1,000 before you because
You probably will.
Yeah, but I took a lot of time off, so my algorithm is fucking horrible right now, bro.
How long? How old is your channel?
I'm probably like 2011. Damn, my shit old.
Not blue calling me.
My shit about to go to high school.
I think my channel like 3 years old, 3, 4.
See, but that's good, dog. 503 years opposed to my, but
They say I got fake subs though.
I mean, you can. It's okay. You know why it's okay? Because
I ain't got fake subs, bro.
Yeah, but it's okay. But if you, because if you do 500 fake ones and bring 500 real ones, that's how the game go. By the way, if I'm not saying that you should do it. I'm not saying that it's cool, but at the same time, 500 fake ones, 500 real ones, bro. Like when these artists come out with their songs, half of them views ain't even real when them shits go straight up. Like, say Lil Wayne dropped the song tonight, and then you look at it 2 hours later and it got like 32 million views. No. Half of them shits is fake, but when you see it with 65 million, just know that the other half was like, oh shit, I should be listening to this. So, I mean,
I always wondered that, like a Beyonce or Justin Bieber song, I'd be like, ain't no way in hell a billion people
no, man,
really watch this.
No, it's not no way in hell. But the label will put some money behind the nigga that's making money. And that's a part of making money. And that's a part of putting them on. See,
It's
this
a sticky game we put.
One day we got to sit down and like do like the ins and outs of like that kind of shit in the industry.
Oh, that's the next one.
That's it. We should probably do that shit because I got a lot of shit that these niggas probably need to hear.
Yeah. I'm gonna answer this FaceTime.
Who's
let's
that?
go ahead and get out of here though.
That's Blue.
Nah, this my nigga Kel. Let's go ahead and get out of here though, man. Appreciate y'all for listening, man. Another classic podcast with my nigga Truez, man. And that's all we got today, dog. We out.
2021.